Okay, we should now be live with all of our audio. I'm going to just type in chat to make sure everything's all good. Good. Yeah, everything seems to be the way I want it to be. Good, perfect. So, welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 60, if you could believe it. It is the 21st of August 2020. I am Ryan, the GM, and here are the players.
Hello, I'm Adrian. I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Hello, Don, and I play Bastiel, the Warforged cleric.
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm playing Crumbar, the half-orc paladin.
And hi, I'm Alex. I'm playing Riz, the elf monk.
Excellent. And we may or may not have a Sophie in some future time. Who knows? But yeah, so what do you remember from last time?
We all kind of had our own wee trips together.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
The phrase, we all had our own wee trips together. Yep. That's a
Well, because we were still all together, but like Elf Queen was like, I'm gonna take you into this place, and I'm gonna take you into this place, and if any of that makes sense.
sure, yeah. Yeah, you all had some one-on-one time with the Elf Queen. Yep. Makes sense. What was gained from these one-on-one times?
I'm basically every orc. It's all in me.
I was going to make that joke if you weren't, so I'm glad one of us did. I mean, you're not yet, but you can be, was the
I
point.
will be, because then I can punch the Wizard King in the face till he doesn't have a face anymore.
Yeah, I feel like that can happen, right? If you believe the Elf Queen. She really doesn't like you and playing the long game to get rid of you.
I really just don't like the Wizard King.
I know.
He is, quite frankly, a bad person.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure there's people in the kingdom that would argue, right?
Yeah, but those people are wrong.
Okay.
Wipe them out.
So, yeah, anything else that happened last time worthy of note?
The dragon appeared from our friend. It turned out we smuggled her all the way in, and now we're probably bound to unfreeze time and deal with that situation any second now. Big dragon in front of us. Mad.
Big dragon energy, yep.
Big dragon energy. Yeah. Oh, and the Elf Queen basically clarified what we should, what would help the most with the Hell Portals. She told us, like, we should go and get these things and have them assembled by a god.
Yeah, one of those things being the Black Fang Spear. Which,
Yeah. So, I mean, like, do you remember the list of things?
Black Fang Sphere, the Eye of Janus, and like a rod thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the rod, but I'm sure I wrote this down somewhere.
Yeah.
Just remember
Rod.
when you last seen the rod?
Oh, Magnus.
Oh, the Red Road Ram had it. There. Yeah.
Magnus stuff.
Shan, fill in for me.
Magnus thing.
Nope.
No. Magnus Staff had the Eye of Janus, but the Red Robe Man, we need to find out his name. He had the rod.
Imagine his first name was just Red.
Yeah.
Oh, so we need both the eyes then, if we need the hammer and the Eye of Janus from his staff.
What hammer?
The Traveller hammer.
Oh, no, I think we're just vetoing the hammer and we're just going to go straight for Wizard King.
Because we need the hammer to actually forge the things together.
That's a different hammer.
Oh, right. Okay.
That was the God Hammer thing?
The Astral Hammer, yep.
Oh, right.
That one thing.
Yep. So, you need an Eye of Janus, right? And you know of two, funnily enough. One of them was given to Eric, and it was put on his hammer, and that's who knows where now. And the other one, obviously we know through Eric, that the Wizard King Magna has one
Mm-hmm.
as a staff. So you know of 2. You need one of those, right? Unless there's a whole drawer full of them somewhere, right? Just kicking about, like under a bed somewhere. There's just like a shoebox full of them. So you need one of those. You need the kind of golden rod that the red robed man took off the shaman's body from the orcs for some reason.
Did that rod actually have a name?
And not that you know of. Yep, it was just mentioned as, you know.
Oh, God. Something sounds very dirty about putting in the list. Like I'm making a wee list of things, and I've just put red robe man's rod.
It's very alliterative, so I'm liking that. Yeah. Red robed man's rod. Yep, there you go. And then you have.
Should have asked him for his name.
Yeah, you've got the Black Fang Spear. So you've got the 3 of those, right? And then those can forge together to create an artifact that will help you seal the abyss.
An extra long spear.
I mean, it wasn't really said what it was going to be. I mean, yeah. What if it's a teaspoon? Right? We don't know how much is going to be wasted from the material. Also, it's not like the spear's, you know, normal. So you've got all of that. And then that needs to be forged together by using the Astral Hammer, which Candir owns because it was a gift to her, and it needs to be wielded by a god. No pressure, right? No biggie. This is when Alex is like, maybe I need to go remake a whole bunch of character details to be that guy that knows where this stuff is and has a.
That's right. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh dear.
I suddenly know everything.
So yeah, like that's pretty much what the Elf Queen told Kitlith, and we're going to just assume that Kitlith was nice and told the gang that. Otherwise, it's going to be a very slow progress until she rejoins us.
Yeah, otherwise
So,
it's kinda fucked.
so we can assume that you have shared your individual conversations with that. Anything else that came up last time?
Mistress of Flame. I'm not the Mistress of Fire.
Yep, that was another thing confirmed. Yep, Mistress of the Flame seems to be Justoria.
Yeah.
From what you
Why
gathered.
did I have a feeling you're going to be so smug to me about that?
I mean, it's not the only thing, right? I feel like you do ask for a lot of smug behaviour.
I really do. Alex, just to fill you in, when we found that, when I thought she was the Mistress of the Flame, I straight up just attacked her.
Remember when I said...
You gotta be safe, man. You gotta be safe.
Remember when we had that alignment conversation during character gen, Alex, and I mentioned somebody had their alignment moved? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's when Crumbar tried to use the command spell on another party member.
No, I tried to use it on a small boy, which was even worse.
You've tried to use it a bunch, and that's the worrying thing.
That's 2.
Oh dear. Madness. Yeah, anything else? Or is that us caught up?
Yeah, I think we're just going to be jumping back into reality, if that makes sense.
Oops, there goes gravity. Something like that, yeah.
Something spaghetti.
Yeah. Okay, sure, if you are happy with that catch-up. Now, from a player level, is there anything important you want to tell? Alex, as a new player to the game, I would suggest taking 5 or 10 minutes for that project before we jump into the actual RP. Anything you feel is crucial in term, and more from a player dynamic or party dynamic, or, you know, like, I guess, however you feel like, oh, I wish I'd known this coming into this game.
Well, it's important.
Condensing things in very little words, so I'll just shut up.
Okay, it's important that it's kind of a point is made of how rare this encounter is, right? These are we're in front of 2 things we probably will never run into again.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you remember the icon lists, right? So the Elf Queen being one of them, right? It's a big deal, and the very fact that you need to be an elf to get an audience with the Elf Queen generally is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving a fuck about Elf, really, quite frankly. So it seems, or doesn't need to. I think give a fuck is the best thing about being the Elf Queen. And then the blue dragon is one of the 5, which was on the icon list, which is the 5 evil dragons. So yeah, pretty big deal, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So we definitely know that this is the blue and not just.
Yeah,
a
it's
blue.
been said many times.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Sorry, bye.
That's okay.
Right. Yeah. So we if we want to find them again, it's going to be a massive pain in the ass. So, and also we kind of do have a bit of reputation with both of them. So if you just want to ask generic questions or just talk to them freely, you're not really in a position where you have to grovel or they'll slaughter you, type thing. We can just talk to them candidly.
Cool.
I think, especially when it comes to like the Elf Queen, from the way the party have interacted, it was more of a expected that you would be open with her because you know, as far as she's concerned, you're in her home. And the blue, well, I mean, he's had a bit of rapport with the blue before you realised who you were speaking to. So, yeah.
What was the blue's name again?
Cerule.
Cyril, that was it.
Yep. Cerule.
Because I still think that Decana must be her daughter or some kind of relation then.
Actually, I should do all this in Roll20 chat just because I should get used to doing everything in there. There we go. Cerule.
You're
So-
just obsessed with the Kana being a blue.
It just doesn't like the idea that some random woman pushed him through a tree. That's it. And to be honest, I feel that, right? Yeah.
But it makes sense. Like Crumbar's train of thought. This person has amazing lightning. I got lightning through a tree.
You didn't. You just got pushed through a tree. There was no lightning. You just got pushed
I
through a
got
tree.
pushed through a tree. Then a
Saw
lightning.
you know, like
Then I
it's
saw
a-
lightning. Then I had a house dropped on me. It's been a very traumatic experience.
That wasn't even that long ago in game. Like that was maybe a
Brad,
little.
it's probably gonna be like, the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Freaking fucking madman.
Like
That
But-
wasn't even the worst part, considering before that I literally murdered all of my tribe.
yeah, but like
Precisely.
moving past that and moving back to the house dropping thing though, that was so Eric, who was with the party, he had that hammer that was, you know, an Eye of Janus was fused, which is like a bit like a ruby, was kind of fused to the hammer, and he's been using that to teleport people around the world by ripping open red portals and, you know, traveling without any kind of but no cause for alarm or worry or investigation as to how the thing truly works. So he was just happily doing whatever he wanted. And then in a kind of moment of panic about the safety of his family, he decided when they were way up north, just after Crumbar had basically like one-shotted his tribe, he goes to travel home with the hammer in a moment of, again, emotional turmoil. And then the house, the Rainwood estate, in fact, the very large grounds of the house, just got pulled to him. And he was with all the party, and then it fell on them in the woods. So the Rainwood estate is somewhat more north than it used to be. So the hammer was very, very deadly in that regard. Didn't stop Eric still using it though, right? But yeah, this is the party you're in now, buddy.
I just missed that hammer.
Whichever houses are.
Mm.
Don't pick up hammers.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
Be- Hammers are important. Houses may fall.
Don't pick hammers and think of home, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure there's like an auction-based property joke in here somewhere about being under the hammer, but like I feel like it's more like under the house. It's like a really obscure joke that I'm not being able to make here, but I think you can see the Lego pieces of the joke. Build it
Uh-huh.
yourself. Good.
Like, instead of
Oh,
homes
yeah.
under the hammer, it's hammer
It
under the
must be a
home.
Swedish
Yeah.
because, you know, you're giving us the pieces and we need to build it ourselves.
Yeah, and maybe there's some extra pieces left over just for, you know, the next joke. Well, that'll be fine.
Just
But anyway.
to confuse you if you built it all wrong.
This is also maybe why we're at session 60.
Because it takes us half an hour to start again.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Hey,
so
we have an excuse this time, right? We're explaining stuff.
yeah, you're welcoming the new guy, so he
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
feel like
I'm gonna
he's
be
on his
using
own.
him as an excuse for the next 5 or 6 sessions from now on, just to let everybody know.
Yeah, we know. Right, anything else you think is super important and crucial to the ease of play for Alex, or Are we good? Anything else? Going
Click
once?
on your character token before you roll for initiative.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. Don't worry, Joe.
Oh, there's nothing more infuriating.
Yeah, actually did quite well. We did a wee combat trial together, and he did quite well.
Oh, did you do that combat trial? Cool.
We did indeed. So yeah, he managed to kill 2 scaly boys and a skeletal minotaur himself. It's quite good.
All right.
Yeah.
We found a new tank. That's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. It was a
What are
bit
you
last
playing
legs.
Monk.
Small cat. Yeah, monk. Elf. Thing.
Thing. Wow.
Reach 2.0.
Well, Reach was only a half elf, right? Now you've got a full elf monk, so right.
Details.
I mean, it's important, right? Also, type of monk, they're very different. They're almost opposites,
Oh,
so I like
there's
that.
so many different types of monks.
Yeah.
I was talking to Alex about monks before, and I was just like, yeah, you can literally make a monk into anything.
Yeah, they were quite liberal with monks, to be honest. And fair play, right? Like, I feel like though, for me, paladin, monk, and a bunch of other options are really just properly subclasses of fighter, really. So,
Yeah.
but let's not get into Ryan's opinions about 5e. So, anyway,
Privacy.
That's another bard.
no, we don't need to talk about bards because nobody cares.
Ooh,
Because they're just a subclass of sorcerer.
my pancreas.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so if that's the case, I feel like we've done enough random chatting to actually get into the game. So I think we're going to open with you guys having been in your huddle in front of the Elf Queen, her sitting on her big throne of twisted brambles, and essentially having the back and forth that you have been having so far. As you have been discussing things amongst yourselves, and this is the part where narratively Kitlith told you all everything about the artifact that you are looking to build, so that you actually have that information. She doesn't just hoard it for the whole game like she does with most things. I mean, no crime on that, right? She comes in with the solutions in the last moment, and they're usually quite good. Like, how do we prove that demons are attacking? Remember all that demon ash that I scooped up? Like, she's resourceful. That or just that everything that isn't nailed down is in her bag. So one of the two. But yeah, so while these are having that chat, the Elf Queen says to Bastiel, approach.
Step forward.
And then she says, walk with me.
Walk I shall.
And and then suddenly you're obviously in the middle of the forest or whatever. Because this place is bullshit in terms of reality. And
Okay.
she says, it seems like your Lady of Destiny has delivered someone to you. And then she waves her hand in front of them, as if there was a clearing there the whole time. You're staring at the person Alex is just about to describe for everyone.
What's up? Alright.
Beatbox on your shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You just see eye twitch from Bastiel. One eye just flickering.
So I'm just sitting on a log or something.
I know.
Just pretty
Yeah.
chill. I'm waiting,
Mhm.
but I look kind of tall, but medium height. Black hair, long black hair,
So
athletic build.
you're unwrapped currently, is what you're saying.
What do you mean unwrapped? Oh yeah, of course.
Yep, cool.
I'm not aggressive attack build at the moment. I'm
Okay.
traveler man.
Do you want me to share both art, like
Yes.
the two arts that we
Very
picked?
confused.
Or-
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
confused as well. Please share art.
Do you want me to send both of the arts?
Yeah, go for it. I'm basically an elf man in robes, sort of thing, with a staff, with a spear.
Right, so we went for this face mostly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the folks at
Right.
home will just have to suffer until they actually see him. And then for the general everyday wear, this is the main look in that kind of outfit.
Okay.
Hence my
Ah.
question, Are you wrapped?
Mm. Just where did the ponytail go with that wrapper?
Mm-hmm.
But like, as soon as I take it off, it just springs up.
Hey, just magic hood, right? Whatever. Hood of holding.
But yeah, that's. I'm waiting at the moment. So
Okay. I'll walk up to him and I'll grab him by the sides of his face with one hand, and I'll examine him for illnesses, see if he's a strong fighter.
Okay. Obviously, you recognize this person, right? Or this creation, we should really say, Riz. So when you're staring at him, like the visions are slowly fulfilling themselves as he just grabs your face and just stares at you.
Yeah.
I guess, Bastiel, do you want to give me a medicine check then? But before you do, I want to just actually type in that session 60 has actually started, so that the log makes sense for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just because when we're scrolling, it's easier to find out if everything happened. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't really know what you want beyond that. He looks... I guess there's no diseases or illnesses you can detect by staring at his face.
Then I'll kind of relax my investigation. I'll slap him on the back. And I'll say, "You'll do."
It's that easier.
Do you want to describe Bastiel for him?
Yeah. So, shall I send the picture?
Sure, yeah.
So Bastiel is just a heap of carved stone and gold machinery, forged by dwarves, or like a particularly like the Da Vinci of dwarves.
Dwarf Vinci, you could say, yeah.
Yeah, he's completely machined, and yeah, that's about all. Yeah, very gold, very carved from stone.
Not just half carved from stone, but very, very carved from stone.
Artesian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging out this picture.
Okay. But yes, so obviously Bastiel, this person wasn't particularly part of the OG plan, but for Riz, like, this person definitely fits the bill of the roster you were given, quite frankly.
Okay. Wait, I suppose I'll cast
what?
guidance on him.
Right, okay. So do you want to describe how that looks for him as you grab him by the face, slap on the back, say you'll do, and then just start casting spells on him?
Yeah, jeez. Let me get up, man.
Aye, this is actually a friendlier entrance than or introduction
Okay.
than Crumbra gave him. So.
Oh god, yeah, you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you kind of see loads of little like particles of light knit together across your skin, and they kind of brand you with white sigils of like crossed swords and spears, crossed maces and hammers, and like just loads of crossed weapons.
There you go.
And then they just kind of dissipate and sink into you.
Great. What did that do?
You have a bit of divine help on the next thing you try and roll, pretty much.
Oh, cool.
Next skill check, basically.
Yeah.
Also, I put the art in the chat for you, buddy. You
Yeah,
were too slow, buddy. But yeah, he's a pretty badass looking Warforged. He also has, like, where his eyes are, he's got, like, almost as if fused onto it, these goggles over the top of them with, like, these kind of, like, green gems in them.
Yeah. Night goggles.
Yeah. He got himself some...
Surely a green-eyed boy.
It says it was what he got in his refit. Yeah, so...
Cool.
How do you respond to this?
I recognize him when
Mhm.
he does that, so I don't respond aggressive. I just let it happen. And then I'll stand up and just nod my head, and to see where he goes, and I'll follow him. I assume that's the guy I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
I'll turn to the Elven Queen and I'll say, thoughts?
Many. She stares
Well,
at you
do we have-
blankly.
I'll ask her. long as we have time for meet and greets, would you care to spare us a minute alone with the dragon?
Also, just for everybody, I found the full art of her that I never actually shared the last time. But there you go.
Is that the Elf Queen?
She's so pretty.
I mean, I feel like you could read
Oh my
it.
god, there's dragonflies and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's pretty badass looking, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she has a star in her hair and neck and whatnot. Those 3 stars represent the high elves, wood elves, and dark elves. She's all about them elves.
I thought they were starfish.
I mean, they might be, but they're probably flowers, right? Probably star flowers. But yeah, so that's her. She exists in the list.
Is that a hint at something about Kitty?
What do you mean?
Well, her name has Starflower in it or something.
No, that was just unrelated. She just named herself that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she named
right.
herself that because of other things. I don't know. But no, there's no hidden meaning for me at least. There might be for her though. But not for me. So, yeah.
So can I just double check something?
Mhm.
Does she respond to that?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see what Arya says.
Did the queen say that he got dropped for us by our lady?
Well, I mean, Bastiel will probably fill you in that when he comes back from his walk that you're probably not aware of because of how she works, right?
Okay.
Now, Bastiel, rephrase what you asked.
I'm saying we seem to have all the time in the world here, so can you spare us a bit extra to talk with the dragon one-on-one? I can elaborate on that sentiment though.
I think she's maybe just staring kind of blankly at you when you say that, and she says, "Time isn't as mutable as you would think. What would you say to this
Well,
dragon?"
We unwittingly travelled with it. We had negotiations. We even traded stories. It knows all about our plight. Possibly by virtue of having our guard down more than you. And perhaps it can therefore be made to see reason or be put to some kind of use concerning our mutual goal to fend off Magnus, or at least bring him to justice, if possible. Magna.
She definitely looks like she's had like something discomforting put in her mouth, right? The taste of something awful when you say Magna. She definitely isn't particularly fond of hiding her feelings towards him. And she says, "If you have words with her, I cannot guarantee they will be heard, but I can connect you."
I'll kind of clutch my hand. I'll kind of clutch my hand, and I'll say, "I have faith."
So it seems. Do you wish to return to the others, or do you wish to go now?
So where we left off, what were the others in the middle of doing?
Well, you were all talking about, well, pretty much you were just sharing your information, right, that you all got individually.
All right, yeah. Then I'll just yell at them. I'll say, "Hey."
I mean, you can't see them. You're nowhere near them. Remember, you're mystically elsewhere with the Elf Queen.
Oh, session title.
Got mystically elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go. Fuck it.
Maybe I should just have said elsewhere then.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll send our new friend. I'll point towards where they are. I'll say, "Go meet up with them."
Okay.
I mean, you don't know where they are because again.
Yeah,
It's
it's like an illusion, right?
Yeah.
Maze.
Yeah, remember,
say,
like, she basically just walked, and as soon as you agreed to walk with her, you were already who knows where. Like, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We're just kind of in status at the moment, I'm guessing.
It's more just that she's able to talk fast enough that you don't have the time to perceive it, right? It's more just that she can have these conversations with everybody so quickly and maneuver things so quickly in her forest that she doesn't need it to take the 10 minutes you would normally take to have a conversation. She can have it in a split second. Yeah. But whether or not your characters would be aware of any of that is irrelevant. You would maybe still perceive time the way you would, because you wouldn't have any meta player insight into that. Make sense? So like maybe Bastille, you turn around and point towards like where you think everybody should be, and you realise you're pointing at that forest. It doesn't quite look right again.
Yeah, I'll just relax my hand and I'll look to him and I'll say, just a moment.
And I'll nod in confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, if the dragon turns, it's best only I go down.
She kind of looks at you like with slightly narrowed eyes, and kind of like tilts her head to the side and says, "What do you mean, turns?"
Let's find out, shall we?
No, I've asked for an explanation. Explain.
Well, you see, we are pawns in a game being played by forces much greater than ourselves, and we can't always control said forces. And as such, we are liable to being swatted like flies. So, should the dragon swat me like a fly, and my lady deem that to be half of the course, then I would rather not take my friends with me.
Perhaps you mistake the connection I spoke of. I could stop any harm.
Just nod, because obviously I can't comprehend
Hmm.
this level of, like,
Yeah, but she's basically saying, she'll happily connect you guys to speak, not necessarily to interact, if that makes sense. But yeah, she says, so you wish to go alone and not with your companions?
Alright, out of character, who wants to be part of this conversation with the dragon?
Specifically with the blue, is what he means. Yeah.
Well, we don't know what's happening, so I don't really think we can make a comment on that.
As players, is it boring if I just sit here and talk endlessly to this NPC?
Basically, I think what really he's asking is, do any of the other players have an agenda in which they wish to speak with the blue? Because this is the call for that train leaving the station now. Let's just lampshade all of that.
Yeah. Hey, choo-choo, jump me on board. I want to make sure it's not Decana.
Okay, cool. So, yeah,
I think
I'll-
I'm involved simply to fucking stop Crumbar from saying stupid shit.
Just cast plant growth in his mouth. Just put a daisy in there, plant growth it,
I know.
sorted.
No, Aria is banned
Already
from
banned.
ever casting plank.
Oh.
We'll tell you the story later, Alex.
So,
alright.
Bastille, what
Yeah,
new inspiration do you have for this conversation?
I'll think on it and I'll say, I would have Crombar with me. I would have Arya to police him. And, yeah, it's training day. What about the guy?
And she kind of just narrows her eyes at you and says, then I will send all of your companions, and I will stop the blue from causing you harm.
Thank you very much.
I would recommend agitation as a dark path.
I will be sure to pass that on to Crombar.
She kind of like, you're not really sure if her face moved enough for her to smile at that, or what, because before you know it, you're standing in front of the group. And so were you, Riz. So were you, buddy. So
Cool.
you're now in front of a group of people you recognise for some reason.
Yeah, I'll a smile cruises my face as I'm like, okay, found him. And then I'll just introduce myself to the party.
How does that
Hello
look?
all.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. See, like you're on board. You got it.
Hello all. I am Riz. I have travelled to find you. I've been taken against my will by Celeste. I hear that's right, isn't it? That's the right name.
Mhm. That is the right name.
Celeste, who I hear you are familiar with. She said I will be great importance to you and that I can help. And so I am here.
Help is always appreciated. Welcome. Arya just nods. You said Celeste. She freaking trusts you.
Yeah.
She's that easy.
Yeah.
Well, not easy, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I just kind of like, so where did she find you then?
My story is long, and I feel maybe not now is the time to tell it. But I am here regardless, and I will assist you in what way I can.
How tall?
He's squaring up to me. Like,
Immediately, big stick energy. Right? Immediately.
how tall are you? I don't know, like let's say 6'2" or something.
Or you could look in your character sheet in the bio.
Yeah, I could if it was there.
But I mean, now that you said it, you should type that in.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, everyone.
Okay, no, cool. So 6'2", because so you're the same height as me. So yeah, I'll just kind of look them up and down, like look them up and down. That note, is there anything about your appearance that shows that like you're kind of like battle hardened, like any scars or anything like that?
Just flawless elven skin. What one did you
Yeah.
got? Battle hardened, flawless elven skin.
All right. Well, I'll just.
I mean,
Look
he's
up-
not answered yet. I just asked him which.
Yeah. Oh right.
Yeah,
so-
that's it.
Yep.
Like I'm pretty much perfect on the eye. I'm not gonna lie.
Not
all
bad.
right.
Yeah, but what about your
Answered,
character, Alex? What about your character?
Yeah. So I'll just kind of look you up and down and just be like, we'll see then. We will see.
Cool. I just like bow every time someone speaks to me. It's like I'm very thankful and like I know it's confusing for everybody. It's weird, but I'm just like
Yes, you will.
I'm putting on my like best behavior, like to come across as
It's like, let's not make this any more antagonistic
Yeah.
than it needs to be.
Right,
Yep,
yeah,
yep, we're all
exactly.
here. Yep, hello. Yes,
So
nice
you're
to
doing
meet you.
better than Bastille so far. At least you haven't had an axe to the face.
I mean, that was all you though. You did that. So, I feel like what
Yes,
you're saying
I
is you've grown as a person.
I mean, I forced him to. I just yelled at him until he did it because I was
I also no longer have an axe to hit you in the face with.
What do you mean you never had an axe?
Oh yeah, that's true.
It was always a sword, right? Always a
That's a
sword.
sword.
Yeah, So anyway, what happens? Bastille, talk us through it.
So we're face to face, are we, with the dragon?
No, you're with the group.
Oh.
Remember you were returned to them? And obviously then Riz introduced himself.
I'll say to Crumbar. Now, we've been afforded a bit of a chat with the dragon. The Elf Queen seems to have some sort of way of pacifying it for now. I would suggest we don't anger it.
And I'll
What
just
would you-
I'll just kind of grin as he says that and like, me anger a dragon, whatever.
Bead of
So-
sweat goes down Crumbar's forehead.
Maybe we should rehearse this. Who wants one from this conversation?
Oh dear. If the Elf Queen was paying attention, she'd laugh at that.
I'm just gonna be a passenger pretty much. Like I'm gonna be in the background and take notes, sort of thing,
Mm.
Notes.
with my mind.
Mind notes. So yeah, like, how are you directing this, Bastille? Because
So
obviously,
your memories then.
Don't. Shh. Shh.
Mm,
You and your facts.
so
Could not help myself.
Are you briefing them on any kind of
now
like how you
it's
want it
common
to go?
knowledge who
Yeah.
this dragon is.
The blue is pretty widely known as the blue. Yeah, the mother of sorcery. You know, one of the
Right.
first dragons, etc.
I'll use that to remind everyone. Actually, I'll just say now, this is who we're standing in front of. Arya, you do practice magic. I don't know if you'll get another opportunity like this. Ramba also practices magic, and I understand.
I
you keep
spit
mentioning-
on the floor as you say that and go like, if you dare say that my power comes from that dragon.
I was going to say. I love how you were going to say a dragon. There, you're almost.
I was, yeah.
Also, see when you spit in the ground, a flower grows where the spit lands.
Oh, I created life. I am druid. Yeah. I'll just be like spit in the ground, and it's like, don't you dare say that my magic comes from that dragon.
Bastiel's regretting his choices now with the guest list.
Bastiel's about to kick Crombo's ass.
Oh ho!
Turn to the new guy, and I'll say, I'm going to pretend he didn't say that, and I'll say, you there. You seem fairly reasonable, and in fact, there's something. You seem fairly elegant. Nothing, no words for the mother of sorcery.
To me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest you have a clear game plan. What do you want to get from this conversation?
Assistance with our plight, or perhaps, some kind of agreement. I would assume a being of such power would have something to offer. Now we do know that it seeks its sibling. That's why it's here. We know it's mad because its sibling is seemingly missing. And I say that we might be able to assist it for some kind of token.
So
I
we
would
don't
just-
know which one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I like? I'll just kind of be like, if she is looking, 2 seconds, NPC list. If she is looking for Odysseus, I know where he is.
Good thinking.
I don't think she's gonna see Odysseus as her brother because he's a metallic dragon.
Do you think it would hurt to ask?
Yeah, because I'm hopefully how it's playing out in my mind is hopefully we can get her to fly us over to Omen. We can use her to help us break out the Great Gold Worm, and while I'm there, I'll punch Wizard Face in the face and steal his Eye of Janus.
You raise a good point. We're mutually interested in containing Magna.
Yeah, but I do not think she would let us ride her there.
I
If
mean, maybe
anything,
if we buy her dinner first.
the dragon.
He's already bought her lunch.
Magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
She would
Hold space.
perhaps use magic to teleport us places, but I do not think. Like, I know you're trying to fulfill some Game of Thrones fascination fantasy here, but no.
Well,
I'm like, I think we might even offend her if we ask her to fly us there.
well,
Or give us some form of transport to Omen.
Okay, yeah, that's better put.
What do you
yeah,
know about Cyril? There's a question to maybe think about as a team before going into the conversation.
We know she wants to be.
Oh, she was the
Governor.
thing to the governor thing.
Right?
We know she doesn't quite like Magna. I'm assuming she wants to keep an eye on him by being governor that she wouldn't have as the governor's specialist person thing. Not good with but it's just the idea that like we can't really. I don't think there's anything we can actually like give her. She wanted to meet the Elf Queen. I don't know why. I think we should find out why. Try to find out, but we didn't realize she's gonna be the freaking blue. Okay.
Okay.
Back and rant forever.
So, right, I think we have plenty to go on then. Actually,
Okay, that's confidence. I like it. Yeah. If you're
Do we
if you
have
if you
time?
think you're ready.
do all the talking.
Oh, he's away just now. So. Mhm.
Plot armor.
Yep.
Um,
It's not you. It's just absence armor. It's the best.
yeah.
It's even
okay.
better. It's like one better than plot armor.
Yep. Just though.
I think we do need to find out, as a matter of priority, which of her brothers is missing
Okay. Do you want to
Oh
lead
yeah,
that part?
yeah.
and why is she that freaked out about him? Because if it's the engine of destruction missing, yes, that might be fucking problematic.
Hmm.
Let's do this.
How'd you misplace a
Crazy
dragon,
and-
right?
Kidnap.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe. Or maybe Magna had to do something. So yeah, I think we need to find that out first, because
Seduced.
that would help us.
Mhm.
Yeah, then
And
she's
you-
just happy and postcoital haze somewhere. It's fine. You'll come back.
Great. Yeah.
What was that, Riz? What were you saying there? There was
You
almost
only
a
know the
question.
location of one dragon. Was it the metallic one?
She
Kind
said
of.
something about where is her brother. She didn't say which one. That's
No.
the thing.
So I think what Alex is asking is, so you
sorry.
know the location of one metallic dragon because Scott said he knew the location of Odyssea.
Well,
I'll type that name in as well
basically,
for you in the chat.
We don't have any sort of certainty about that.
Yeah, so find out what brother she's looking for exactly.
And hope it's that one.
And hope it's that one. If it's not, then peace out. No, because he might be kidnapped by thingy as well. Magna as well.
I guess I'll just write
Yes.
all these
Yeah.
as I go.
So let's. What order do we want to talk in? I like,
Hmm.
Aya has like some pretty important foundations to lay there. So
Arya's going to be the least aggressive, so I say her.
Mhm.
And then Cromba wants to know about Dakana.
I want to know a lot of things.
So you go second.
Remember how we discussed the what are you offering versus what you expect as well? So
Depends what they want. I mean, if her brother turns out to be or sister.
I actually just fundamentally mean you just want a conversation with her though. Remember what the Elf Queen said? She can connect you, but it doesn't mean to say she's going to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe going in and saying, "Tell me all these things now, please," isn't the greatest approach.
No.
Yeah, maybe try
Best approach.
the carrot first, not the stick. Right? Big carrot energy this game, guys.
Big
Yeah.
carrot.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we definitely should first ask, the idea of like, which brother? Why is he missing? How
Yeah.
can we help? Can we help? Sort of thing. Instead of like, tell
Yeah,
us.
let's offer.
If somebody's freaked out and you ask them about that, they will. It's gonna sound very mean and crude of me, but it will feel to them like you care.
Or she'll feel
and
patronised.
That's the,
Or
that's
she's a
the
dragon.
sort of thing.
There's that too.
Well-
She could just be twice as intelligent as us. Yeah.
Well, true, but like when somebody is in a bit of a crisis and you ask, "Hey, what's wrong? What's happened?" Blah blah blah. It kind of helps reassure them, and you build up empathy points in their book. I don't know how to put this. Okay, I'm a freaking neurodivergent person that's had to learn these social
Let's do this.
normal
Let's use
things.
a bunch of NLP as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
I know she's an almighty, powerful dragon god thing, but maybe keep the information vague. Don't say
Ah,
what dragon you know of,
wise of you.
and yeah, keep your cards to the chest, sort of thing.
Okay.
He's very wise.
That's what I was going for. Right. So, are you ready, are you? Going first.
I mean, you might want to tell the Elf Queen you're ready, Bastiel.
Oh, I don't want to tell her before.
Blah.
I want to make sure everyone's here. I don't know
Nah,
if
that's
it's-
great. Just connect the call. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You've been live for 5 minutes. Say what? Cyril heard all of this planning.
Yeah, I'll kind of like close my hand into a fist and do like the gesture for like Go, go, go. In the military.
I mean, the Elf Queen has no idea what you're talking about because she's not in the military, but yeah.
All right, Sergeant Bastille.
hmm
Okay, then I'll. Right. So we're ready.
So you turn to the Elf Queen and say that? And she just kind of like vaguely gestures with her hand towards you as if she's gonna all just like turn around and go.
Hmm?
Yep.
So we can just turn around and leave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I turn around and start walking away.
Or
Yep, and as soon as everybody does, you just find yourselves in another completely different part of the forest, with, you know, the kind of human form of Cerule there, and she's just standing pacing back and forth. I'll see if I can find the art for her as well, because she does have art.
oh,
She's
finally.
pretty.
No, not finally, just now, you know, the art was very revealing to things that I didn't want it to be. So it was withheld art.
Oh, so we never saw her then.
No.
No,
I
you've
do have the impression that she was pretty.
because I described her and she was pretty. That's why.
And also,
Right.
Ryan picks really pretty art.
Thank you. I try, you know, I do try. Doesn't always work, but you know, here we are. Also, the annoying thing is my mouse is double clicking occasionally now, but you don't get any warning as to the pattern of it, so sometimes I just end up further than I want to be when I click, and it's really frustrating. And I can't wait till it screws something up on Roll20 for me. So if I double click, I'm just warning you now, it's gonna happen.
Just delete someone.
Like, the thing is, like, I don't know, like, it's probably gonna screw me over in that horrible way. It wouldn't do something normal, like double click the same attack. It wouldn't do something simple like that. It'll probably delete someone's character, yeah.
Oh god, yeah, stay out of my character sheet, please.
Yeah, it just,
It wouldn't even delete the character, it would just delete the entire person from reality.
yeah, they're gone, right? Their character stays, but they go. That'll be it.
Find
Right.
the game die in real life.
That's it, right, you know? So, or better rules, you know? Right, I think I'll share Decana, because there is somebody you keep talking about, and I've just passed her art. So there you go.
Oh, you showing it? Yeah, there's the Canna.
She was bitching. She was really
I
cool.
really want her clothes.
Yeah, me too. It's fucking awesome. Same clothes and hair. Yep. So we'll scalp her and rob her. Makes sense.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I want to be her, not.
Let her stay.
Murder her.
Nope.
Yeah.
I've made my intentions clear. Nope.
Wear your skin in a nice way. Oh, cool.
No, I have pretty good skin. She can keep rolling, right? Like mine's isn't, you know, made of art though. Hers is, I guess.
Made of art.
Yeah, my skin's real.
Or art.
Let's see. Turns out I have that picture again. Apparently, that's interesting. I have 2 of that picture saved. I clearly liked it twice.
Been there, done that.
Also, I've got that art of Odyssea. If you want me to share that just for Alex, because you mentioned Odyssea, I'll share that as well.
Raw
Yeah.
picture.
Wow.
That
I
was
love that.
Scary.
it's
I
just
love that picture.
it's so good. That is I mean, that is canon. I shared that, like, you know, before as well.
That's-
Like
That's how the Wizard King's been able to kidnap him because he's.
It just-
elite type
yeah,
people
it just put a pillowcase over him, and that was him
Oh,
sorted.
it's that, but 1,000 meters tall. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so
I'm
powerful.
freaking out because they're almost 3D to my head.
There is obviously the picture I used for a Candir, the white. I may as well just share this while I'm going down, because this obviously helps.
Got a lot of
Alex.
questions, but I'll keep silent.
Is it about all the fact that she's at the Oscars for some reason? Okay, apparently I'm struggling to find this this piece of art.
Surprised you did not make her the Elf Queen, but having seen the photo of the Elf Queen now, I understand why.
Yeah, like the Elf Queen had a very different art.
Yeah, no.
I like the Elf Queen though.
Yeah.
2 wee seconds to
Kept
go.
listening because the parts she played in. be honest, I don't remember if she was a queen in that. It was just
Who, Galadriel? Yeah, she's like the Queen of Lorien, kind of. I don't really know if they ever
Yeah,
actually call her the
absolutely
Queen
that.
as well.
She's really like super powerful in Lord of the Rings, right? Like,
Yeah, she's like
I've not
one
seen
of
the
the
film
most.
since it came out, and I read the books then, so I don't remember much.
Galadriel is actually one of my favourite characters in Lord of the Rings. Both her
Oh,
and Anatar.
sorry.
Because they're both bitchin', quite frankly. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason I don't have her. Like, I know it's in another NPC list, so I'm going to open up this other NPC list that I've got. Because it's definitely in there, which is weird that it's so hard to find. So I'm actually having to go into another party hub, which is madness. Super secret party hub.
Mm.
No, into a super secret NPC list. The things I need to do. Okay. You could probably use this time to plan more, I guess.
Well, I think the case is
I've
Adrian
actually
goes.
written down
Hmm.
that we need to ask her which brother, why is he missing? Does he have enemies? I've written in massive letters, Magna, and then said maybe offered to help, or maybe our path leads us to that anyway. Then ask like where she puts her next.
There's the original art I found for the Elf Queen. I'm finally going through my list of things.
Oh my god, that's even prettier.
Yeah, she's cool as fuck.
Oh, that's badass.
Here is what Cerule looks like. And occasionally, like this.
Whoa.
Just that other one's a
Yeah.
bit too young. It's just more the dress of sapphires. It's a big deal.
What?
So yeah,
That's quite awesome.
yeah. So I'll leave it on the one that like kind of shows the
Rich.
mature one I described. So that's Cerule's. Like, well, keep in mind everything in High Rock is super rich. That's where all the money is.
I
So,
like money.
so does she. So it seems. Who knew a dragon, right, likes money?
Give her money.
Made of money. So that's, you see this figure pacing up and down in this kind of clearing.
So, with her cut up heels.
No, just like this. She never looked like that before. Never looked as
That's a vision.
a refined. It's maybe just how she sees herself, right?
Fair enough.
Either
Meanwhile,
way.
Arya kind of shrugs a twig out of her hair.
Like self-conscious. Oh, I guess I'll get rid of that twig. You could give it to Bastiel. He collects them.
Oh shit.
Wow, I love how you're all now in shock. You're like, oh god, we can't talk to her now.
No,
Party members.
we discussed
Okay, so we're in front of her, and we
I
see
think-
her pacing, and say, "Greetings." Again.
She kind of like turns, like, you know, from pacing and just like turns her head over her shoulder to look at you, and then continues pacing up and down.
We've heard you say you're looking for your brother. Which one was it? One of them is missing.
She kind of just stops pacing and stares at you. You have a point to make. Get to it.
But I mean, if he's got any enemies, or maybe if you have an idea.
She
where
just
he wants
laughs
to-
maniacally. Like, she just bursts out laughing as you say,
Cross
if he has any enemies. Like, as soon as you start talking about, like, her brother as if, like, you know, you're trying to learn about him, she just almost, like, loses it laughing.
I kind of like lift an eyebrow, but try not to let that phase me. Because I know I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
And she's just laughing. I mean, yes, I know she's a dragon. I know their power is much above mine, but still, like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help, and so far I have been helpful to her.
Mhm.
She wanted to be kidnapped out of the city. We kidnapped her out of the city.
Say this to her. Go on, tell her.
Yeah.
Good story stuff.
I'll say, well, I don't understand. I mean, you wanted us to kidnap you out of the city to be here. Was it so that you could maybe get some help from the elf queen, or I'm merely trying to understand what is going on here. As you can understand, this is quite a surprise for us to escort a lady into the forest and then suddenly to find out who you really are. And I suppose it's quite surprising and humbling at the same time. And I hear that you have this issue, so obviously my first instinct is to try to see if there's anything that I could help.
And she kind of like stops laughing and kind of like stands up straight again and kind of like wipes a tear from her eyes, and then says, You all have such young minds. It's unsurprising that it will take you time to come to an understanding with new concepts. Your desire to help is laced with agenda. I repeat, get to the point.
If we, in our journey and what we're doing, if there's any way that we could help, we would.
And there are her eyes. From the kindness of your heart, you would help me retrieve my brother.
I'll just kind of like
Yeah, we would.
step forward and kind of not kind of like put my hand over Arya's face, but kind of like
Shove her to the side like a kid wanting attention.
Yeah, like kind of like hand on the shoulder and just kind of like push them to the side of it and walk.
Reassuringly back up your colleague. Yep.
And it's be like, my dragon is missing also. I'm wondering if it's the same, if you're looking for the same one.
I see, so you've become a master of dragons since last we spoke.
And I'll just be like, no, the dragon I follow, the dragon that has bestowed me the abilities that I wield.
Yes, your
Is
master.
And I'll just kind of like grit my teeth at that. And I'll be like, but then
Tusks start vibrating in attack mode.
Yeah, that'll be like, he is missing. If it's the same, if you're searching for him as well, we could help each other. I know his location.
I see, and yet you're here talking to me instead of rescuing your master.
I have just found his location.
Hmm.
If you can help, that
She kind of
would
like
be-
she smiles at that, and like she's obviously got like sharp teeth. And then
I
she
just kind
says,
of grin as well, just to prove that I have
Yeah.
sharp teeth too.
"Yeah, you are both like relatively feral, right?"
Yeah.
Despite the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that you're
a
in,
perfect word for it, yeah.
despite you clad in gold armor and her wearing this like delicate dress with like the kind of the lining of it all, and then she kind of like she says, "So you're informing me that the great gold worm is unavailable?" And she's just grinning.
And I'll be like, trying to choose my words carefully here. I'll just kind of like, just be like, he is unavailable, yes, but the paladins still roam.
No, I believe you told me they were all fighting for their lives at the Abyssal Breach. Yes? They're not roaming. You're in fact the only one not doing your duty.
Oh, she's such a bitch.
But you did tell her all of that.
Oh, I was meaning like we're still
This
about.
is why you don't tell your life story to strangers.
Mhm.
This is why I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Can
no,
we still
um,
use spells? And
I like the idea that this is when Bastiel steps forward and puts his hand on Crumbar's shoulder.
He's gonna lose.
Nah.
Pushes him aside.
Yeah.
No, I'll just say that. I'll just say that to her. Then I'll be like, I am doing what needs to be done. the paladins alone cannot stop the breach. Now tell me, is the brother you seek Odysseus?
Odysseus is no brother of mine. Why would he be?
And
Told
I-
you! Told
I-
you!
Yes, Adre, go you. Clappy clap hands for you. I'm an idiot. And I'll be like, and I'll just be like, well, I thought all the dragons were related. My apologies for my ignorance. But the captor of my sorry, the captor of Odysseus may have also captured your brother.
And what evidence of this do you have?
Well, I know that Magna does not like the dragons, and he is trying to stop them all.
That is something that is shared by White. White seems to think Magna has declared war.
Magna respects power.
Don't we all?
Evidently not. She just looks at you and then kind of draws her eyes off you.
And I'll just. I'll
You
be
would
like,
not respect his power more than anybody else's, though.
And she kind of just looks at you and she says, perhaps he coveted what Odysseus was given so freely by the people.
Perhaps. That does not change the fact that he could pose a threat to anybody that people worship. He does not like people worshipping.
Those in power always pose a threat to those without.
Is he though
Hmm.
without power though? Because otherwise, he does seem to have quite a fair bit of the world under his control, and you can tell Arya's not really happy with that thought.
Yeah. And she kind of just starts staring at you, Bastille.
I'll take her gaze and I turn my head as if I'm passing it over to the new guy. Before I put, because I know what's on his mind, and before I blow this fuse, let's try and get some wisdom. Yeah.
From me.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a big wisdom contest then, shall we? Whose wisdom modifier is higher? Let's just go there, shall we?
I have +3.
Yeah, beats mine.
Oh-ho.
I'm
Oh.
I'm
+2.
actually curious. 'Cause I
One
know my
job.
character's quite wise.
roll for wisdom!
That just came up nothing from me like zero. For a split second. I have no wisdom.
That was unwise, you could say.
I have a wisdom.
Mm.
I have 11 of wisdoms.
Okay. Well.
So I have a time to speak, yeah?
Like, at any point, you can speak, you just have to interrupt this lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But like Bastille sort of set me up. So I'm just gonna lean in
Yep.
and whisper sort of to Bastille. Alright? Like if it's a private conversation,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty much aware that she could probably overhear me.
Uh-huh.
And I'd be like, we're wasting our time here. She's trapped here. She needs your assistance anyway to get out of somewhere. She obviously doesn't have any power. Let's just like move on. Like, you know, I'll dismiss the situation. Like she's not like all that.
Interesting. You raise a very good point. And I'll look at the
Oh,
blue and I'll
God.
say, what? What does this place have for you that you couldn't do yourself? Why can't you handle the situation with your own brother?
And she almost snarls, right? Like, you know, her nose furls up, like her kind of like lip peels back a little bit, and She kind of like composes herself very momentarily, and she says, I could ask you the same question. You're failing your god.
It's an
Imagine,
ongoing process.
she goes, imagine needing the help of others to show true faith to the one you serve.
I don't think anyone here has to imagine that, including you. Why are you here?
Your questions, again, are laced with agenda. My purpose here wouldn't serve your agenda.
Don't presume to understand my lady's agenda.
And she kind of smiles. I can assure you, it is not my agenda.
There's only one way to find out. Talk, boring creature, or we leave you behind.
And like she laughs, and there's like thunder overhead when she laughs, and she says, "I wonder how well you conduct." And her eyes just glow. Her eyes just start glowing blue.
Finally, some emotion out of you. You'd like to talk.
She just laughs again, and she goes, "I am not without emotion. I just am low in patience for this meaningless distraction."
Hmm.
You wish to understand. I feel like almost like you've deceived us about who you are, about what you want.
In what way have you been deceived? What lie did I tell you?
Well,
Then do
we
not
thought
accuse
you
me of
wanted to
such.
compare- No, I'm just saying. We thought you wanted to join us because of your goal to be governor. It does sound you've got much bigger to.
Your mistakes do not translate into my lies. I was completely honest when we made our agreement.
Well, in that case, it's time to hold up your end of the bargain. We brought you here. You owe us.
I think you are forgetting the terms of the bargain.
Go on.
You have to make me governor. Remember? I don't see me being
No.
governor yet.
We grant you an audience with the Elven Queen in exchange for your assistance with the Abyssal Breach.
And I told you that assistance would come when I am governor. Your memory seems to be failing you.
My memory, my patience.
Likewise. And I am to believe you are the one prolonging this. All the while you have lost masters and perspective along the way.
But no brothers.
Where?
No
You
brothers.
know
Ryan.
Have,
just as
we
well
have
as
not
everybody else
lost.
that you can't keep touch.
Well, there's everybody
Yeah.
talking at once. Let's maybe keep this. Let's maybe draw this in a bit. Bastiel, please continue.
Oh, sorry. So, in response to, we have lost many masters. I'll say,
Oh, you've just lost a
no
master in
brothers.
patience.
Yeah.
Good. Not
But-
brothers in arms, no.
Oh,
Ryan.
And she's looking at Crumbar when she says that.
Ryan, was it High Rock?
Yeah, High Rock's where she was. Yeah, that's the city.
mhm.
You just see Crumbar kind of walk closer to her and just kind of almost as if Crumbar's not leading himself anymore.
Don't know what that means, but sure, yeah.
Like kind of like the movements don't like his gait is almost kind of changed. Kind of he's almost floating. He's walking way too fluid for someone of his caliber, and you just see him like looking Cyril in the eye, and then you see him draw out his sword,
Mhm.
kind of stab the point into the ground, and look her dead in the eye and go, by the power of the phoenix, Cyril, you will be queen. You will be a governor of High Rock.
What?
She just kind of
Holy-
raises her eyebrow at that. What are you
And-
doing, orc?
A blast of light comes out of the sword as I am using my charge of wish.
Ah! Oh, dang. We did it.
So, you know where it needs to be typed in, buddy?
What needs to be typed in?
The wish. On your
Oh,
road.
don't
The
need-
exact wording.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was it. That was the exact. word.
Yeah, you're gonna type it in the box finally.
So
He's using his wish. Big wish energy.
We did it.
Phoenix, Cyril. Oh,
And before you confirm this, I'll happily let you discuss the wording if you wish
Okay. You
before.
should probably say when.
But what I mean is,
because-
you can let him type it. I'm not going to have it just as soon as I can read the text. You just can have a moment, and then
there
once
you
you
go. That's it. And
Okay.
obviously, spelling a sign.
Is this in the manager? The game
Yeah.
Oh shit.
yeah, it's in the big gold box
Oh.
under
oh,
Crumbar's wish ideas.
God.
Give me that.
Right, so obviously,
There we go. Do it like that. Actually.
yeah, I was going to say yeah, because will be is very vague.
Yeah.
I'm glad
no,
you
'cause
fixed it.
Yeah, I just realised what I typed.
Although somebody's
Although
undid all that. I'm going to blame Bastiel.
Huh?
Or Adrian, sorry.
uh,
Apparently other people are editing your wish for you.
stop.
Where can I see this?
It's in the
What's going on
it's in the game manager, Alex. Remember I told you in the stuff I shared with you on Google Drive?
There we go.
Okay.
So yep, Google Drive shared with me, GG Hub. In there's a file called GG Game Manager. And I also think I just shared you a direct link on your private messages.
Oh yeah, go.
And it's the third tab, so they've got Session Tracker, Gold Digger, and Crumbar's Wish Ideas.
You should probably specify the time because she's a dragon and it could be in 1,000 years. When we
That's
don't
why
know already.
I've changed it to is now governor of High Rock. You know, because now is right this second.
I'm going to do some editing.
Oh, God.
Wait, hold on.
I'm going to do
so
some more editing.
We have to think about like who are we overriding to make this happen?
I mean, I don't think-
Magic.
I don't think Crumbar does need to worry about that, right? Like, I think Crumbar's just decided, you know.
I've had
Well, what are we
enough.
talking about then? Let's do this. Go.
So, I've made some edits, obviously, just to fix some of the spelling.
Spelling. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Right, so, everybody happy with how that looks?
How is she
Sure.
gonna know until we're like?
Because it is literally going to be a big flash of light coming out of the sword, and I guess you would just know. Like, you know.
Ah,
same
Hey.
way as if.
Hey, wish is wish. That's not your current problem.
Mm.
Right, the current problem is are we all locked in for the wording?
by the power of the Phoenix, Cyril is now governor of High.
And realistically, that starting part doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Right? It can just be the actual like thing you want. So I'm gonna just delete that just for the sake of it. So it is like that.
Yeah.
What if the wish just makes her the governor of a really tall rock?
Yeah, the High Rock.
What do we specify here?
Make it with capitals. I'll put capitals.
That's okay. I've got it. I've got it.
I doubt, Ryan, I doubt you'd be that much of a dick.
Wow.
I think you're underestimating how much I. Never mind.
Hey.
I mean, I feel like everyday happy because I still see somebody highlighting it. It's still Adrian highlighting it. What's happening, Adrian?
Well,
I
no.
just clicked on something else.
Nope,
now.
nope.
It's like
You've
I've
nope.
touched
You've
it in a while.
no. You have. You've changed it. I need you to go. Yeah, I need you to click back on it and do Control Z once.
Missing like a whole.
There we
line.
go. And then you click
There we
away
go.
Weird.
again.
'Cause I've not actually done anything. I
Like,
literally clicked
that-
away.
Now click away again.
Um,
Thank you. Yeah, it's just when you'd obviously clicked on it, it would save the lowercase. And then obviously I changed it, so yeah, it's fine now. Right, so Cyril is now governor of High Rock. That's
I
your.
would say
So wait, no, you don't get to say anything. We just wait and see how this plays out, right?
well, I thought we were just talking about the wording.
Well, no, I thought you had confirmed this. I thought that we were sorted.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that was asked and answered. I thought. Do you have issue with the wording?
Yes,
Okay,
but I've forgotten that.
okay.
We weren't talking about it. So
What's-
let's move on.
Well, what was your issues? Now's the time. Don't be awkward.
I forgot it. I actually forgot it.
Well,
Um,
doesn't matter then. We're good.
Oh,
moving
it
on.
was that like. with
Oh,
the
sorry.
word
Wait. Would it not be is now the governor?
No, that's fine. You can have like as now governor of High Rock. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Would it not just make her the governor for like 5 seconds and then the
Yeah.
the laws take effect, and then she's not the governor?
Either
Mhm.
way, she was still governor. We still made her governor.
Okay, let's fuck her on the semantics. Yeah. Do it.
it also then doesn't have like an ending time, so it just says as now governor of High Rock. So long as High Rock exists, she'll be governor, right? In theory. So
Then she can never rise. Okay.
That's not our problem.
plus you could be
Oh, yeah.
governor and something else, right? You can be two things.
Okay.
As long as it's unrelated to High Rock, I guess, right? Yeah. Also, we know who'd be head chef. It'd be somebody that obviously had nothing to do in a noble family in High Rock. They'd obviously just been stuck around for that long. Right, last check. Are we locked in?
We are locked in.
Okay then. Crumper uses his
Like,
wish.
yeah.
Man. So yeah, you slam the sword in, you declare by the power of Grayskull, I mean by the power of the Phoenix. Thunder cats are anyway. Yeah, and yeah, you feel like a surge of energy rush through you, right, Crumbar? Because this is like you pulling the magic from the blade and from you, and
Yeah.
there are big swirly effects and whatnot, and it all goes up into the sky like some kind of magical tree of energy tendrils. And she kind of just watches on in wonder. And as that kind of completes, she just kind of looks at you, like very severely for like a second or two, and then just starts madly cackling, like in elation, right? As if this is the most hilarious thing she's ever, experienced. And she's
Mhm.
like, "I underestimated you, Crumbar Dinnabic." And she just nods and closes her eyes delicately, almost like a kind of, a diplomatic
Oh,
bow. And then she just keeps laughing.
I'll just kind of look back at it and go, well, power respects power.
So she's like, just smirks and goes, "Well, I guess my business here is done. I believe I have a city to govern. You will have
You-
what aid High Rock can spare for the Abyssal Breach. Do you wish them sent directly to the Golden Citadel or to the Breach?"
Arm them as best you can and send them to the Citadel. And send them to the breach. However, what of your brother? You came to the Elf Queen thinking she could help. Let us help.
Can you perform the same ritual again?
We will see.
She just laughs. She goes, "Well, until your vision is more clear, stay out of my path." And she kind of just nods a second time with her eyes
Okay.
open, staring at you this time.
Can I use my story point here?
Dunno, can you? You tell me. You wanna pause the narrative and have a chat about story points?
Let's see. Can we just make her? So can I just make her go through with it?
I've got
Right.
one thing I want to try first. Shan, do you mind?
Okay.
I'll just say.
This is where everybody takes 100 lightning damage. You know this, right? This is the point, Bastial, that you succeeding this to him is, or
I'll
ceding
just
this.
say-
Sorry.
I'll just say to her, now as governor, could you secure us passage to Omen?
She goes, I can definitely petition for passage to Omen. Yes. When would you like to travel?
Give us a few days. We have some more business with the Elf Queen, but we shall meet you back at High Rock.
No, but you will meet your ship at the harbour.
I'll just kind of like semi bow and be like,
Hmm. Courtesy, yeah.
yeah,
Lift your
Thank-
golden armour up a bit, yeah.
yeah. I look like, thank you, Governor.
And she just kind of like, she smirks and nods again, like a bit more regally this time, because she's clearly enjoying the fact that she got what she wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bitch.
Mm.
And the reason I'm saying I don't know if I'll be able to cast it again, because I mean, Wish is like 1,000,000 points. I could totally get 1,000,000 points, right?
Yes.
But there's a lot more you need to go through now. Because
Yeah.
you used Wish, buddy. So let's go through it. Right. Let's
Oh, yeah.
let's deal with the consequences now, because I feel like that is something that happens and probably should have happened during this conversation. But we'll pause for a
that
second,
property
and I
can't
want.
be used.
Yeah, I don't mean that. So, I mean the. I'm just gonna. I'll paste it in two places, right? I'll put it in there and I'll put it in here for you. So, let's see.
The stress of casting this spell to produce any effect other than duplicating another spell weakens you. After enduring that stress, each time you cast a spell until you finish a long rest, you take. What the fuck?
We went through all this when you got it.
He did it.
Yeah.
He's on it now.
Yep. So you take
Oh,
1d10 necrotic damage per level of the spell. This damage can't be reduced or prevented in any way. In addition, your strength drops to 3. Right? So
Right.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
what I need you to do, Crombar, is I need you to write what your strength is in your bio somewhere, where it is currently.
So my strength currently is 16.
Yep. So make a note of this in your bio, right? So you've got it secure.
16.
Yep. Now change your strength score on your character sheet to 3.
Do I still have? No, I don't. I don't still have my strength modifier, do I?
You'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So it's now -4. Great.
And now roll 2d4.
All right, for 2d4 days.
Yep.
Snake eyes, snake eyes, snake eyes.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes.
It's alright. 2 days, right? So 2 days of being incredibly
Holy
weakened.
fuck. Oh my god.
Wait for it, right? So, and then for each of those days that you spend resting and doing nothing more than light activity, and keep in mind that's those days you spend resting and doing nothing more than light activity, your remaining recovery time decreases by 2 days. Finally, there is a 33% chance that you're unable to cast Wish ever again. So, I guess 1 to 33 on a D100. You won't ever. Yeah, just do,
D100.
Yep, do that now.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
You dodged the. You can never cast it again. So even if you get gifted 10 swords with Wish, you'd never be able to use them if you'd failed that. There you go.
Right. So on that, I'll kind of turn back round.
So guess what? You can't move now. You're probably actually leaning on the sword
Yeah, that's what I was going.
because your armor's too heavy for you to wear.
Can I like tell from my like medicine expertise? Like he's clearly.
No, but you can roll insight or just perception. I don't mind which one. Either one's valid, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Insight, probably.
Sure.
Ah.
Yeah, I think you can definitely tell he is completely. I think the technical term's completely fucked for me.
Yeah.
That, quite frankly,
He's
that was
100% Crumbar.
it's big wish energy.
I rushed to support him, but like the non-supported arm, so the other one.
Mm-hmm. Like he can't even lift his sword. Like that's how bad it is.
Holy Christ!
I think
Yeah.
like you just kind of at this point just see me kind of like fall on the ground. Then
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
I think
I
maybe
just feel
like
like-
that when that like takes effect. I think maybe that's something that like Cyril takes like a half step back in shock at the fact that it's like wiped you out so much. And then
Like-
obviously like Bastiel runs over to help.
Now can I use this moment to crowbar with the story point?
I thought you were waiting for just crowbar her, like just chibber. It's like, I mean, ballsy. I like it, but
Yeah, take it down.
are you gonna like move him back to like a respectable distance, or are you gonna leave like just wait there and let him be on the floor while you have this moment to segue into your plans?
I think it would be quite powerful to kind of leverage the sheer sacrifice he just committed. Like, if I can look into her eyes during that moment where she kind of it hits her what he's given up for her.
I know,
Maybe we can
like obviously you don't.
resolve this.
I was gonna say you can't really tell why she had that reaction without a roll, but it was definitely not an expected result. Put it that way.
Mhm,
Given that you just said power respects power, and she thoroughly enjoyed that line,
mhm.
because it was her line, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah, so you've got a choice. You could maybe like, yeah, it's up to you. Pastel, what do you want to do? Do you want to like sneak in with your story point and go? So, Lady
Do it.
Blue.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was
I
just sorry. The reason I wanted to cut in before you is just in case you were going to basically ask the same thing, and I wanted to see if I could do it without you needing to use a story point. But yeah, on you go. If it's
Okay. I want to have such respect and like understanding for what's just happened for her that she lets us in on her personal mission and treats us as like peers.
But again, again, I've mentioned this many times. Story points aren't mind control points, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're narrative opportunities, and she's shot down every single time you've pried into her personal life. Like, how are you going to broach that? Because you'd
Yeah.
need to present more than just, well, what about now? Because now your deal's concluded as far as she's concerned, right? Like, and she was very quick to be like, yeah, I'll get you passage as well, if it's accepted, right? Because she said everything that's in her power as a governor to do. And if she petitions for passage for you guys and Omen says no, you don't get passage, right? So as far as she's concerned, she will do that, because she did offer that. But everything within the power of a governor isn't telling you her life story. Do you know what I mean? But if you can
Mhm.
think of a way as a team that you have something that would make her tell you that, and I don't just mean the story point, but the story point would then, buy the fact that she would do that. But you still need the springboard, and then the story point makes you land on the other side of the jump.
I mean, if a wish doesn't do it, then this is a dead end.
I mean,
I'm done with this.
the wish done what it needed to do for Grumbar, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, you're kind of hoping that the story point, like, again, you aren't saying anything to her. You're just saying, "Can I just rewrite it so she likes this?" And you have done nothing to her. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no.
Well,
It's like saying, "Can I just have a story point and spend it to make her the red instead just now? Because I'd rather talk to him." Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
It's like that,
Oh, wait,
and
I
it doesn't
could've
work.
done that one a story point.
No, definitely not. But like, can you see again? I'll use the example of what Crumbar did.
makes
Right,
sense.
Crumbar has served in the Golden Order for a long time. Him and Reach were together with a group of random strangers. Then Crumbar said, "I'll spend mine to get access to the armory here because I want plate mail." So, irrelevant to the cost, of course, the armory is going to have plate mail. So, and he is there, and if he needs plate mail, then the Order wouldn't find a reason to say no to another paladin, since the rank seems to be
Yeah.
paladin or
guys-
Great Gold Worm. So
Yeah.
narratively, it was all supported. Many times you've asked Cyril, "So what's this about your brother?" And she's went, "Mind your own damn business." Nothing has changed. Nothing. Even with the wish, because the wish only got your deal agreed. Like, that's all you have done is settled debts with each other. but nothing else has changed. So the story point won't make that change.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I'll say to her, for being the mother of sorcery, don't seem to recognize that spell. Again, it seems like you don't have the.
But like,
power
so what are you
to
basing that
reveal
on? Because you don't necessarily know that she's not recognizing that.
Also, remember,
because she looks stunned.
technically, I granted alter fate, not wish.
Yeah, he
So
used
she's
him.
definitely like.
He
like
used the move
extra-
Alter Fate. Also, she was shocked he had that power, but I said that to Crumbar because he was close and saw that, and then there was bright light white.
I put it
Bright
in.
white light, yeah.
I put it in Rogue 20 chat.
Yeah. Alter Fate was the move the sword had.
What we're done here then.
Does that mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, there definitely is scope to use your story point, but it would need to be something that narratively, like, there was a path you could draw, right? Between
That's fine.
how you, the foundations of it and what you want to build on top of it, I guess.
Yeah, we tried everything over many hours with Dragon. She won't bend the knee for anything we could possibly say. So, I think
Well,
it's pretty.
oh, she's not bent the knee for anything you've said so far, I think, is a more
What's
accurate
left?
description of that.
Anyone here? Like, do we have any ideas for what we could, what we haven't said yet? I mean, we haven't told her about a couple like the Black Fang, the spear. Don't know if she'd be particularly interested in that though.
I guess it depends
Yeah, I
why
mean,
you would tell her that, right?
we
Because
don't
look at it this way, right? Like, you would tell, like, ultimately, yous want help completing the overall handful of quests that yous have. So, what do yous have that would be of equal value to what yous want from her? Or equatable, I guess, not necessarily equal, right?
I
Because,
think we got plenty with the wish.
and I mean, she's sending, your quote, narrative help down to the Abyssal Breach in the form of most likely just soldiers, right? Whatever guard that Hierarch can muster. Unless anybody's
Sure.
got any more input for Bastiel.
Nah. Go ahead. Pretty good. I'm just like, I got nothing really. Still learning the world, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, you're playing catch up with a lot of like
Yeah.
important decisions that have just happened this session, so you're doing okay, buddy. Don't worry.
It's going good though. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Crumbar, Arya, any input?
Well, I don't know if he can use the story point to find out who her brother is.
We still have to like
We
cast
kind of-
stuff that would make her give it up. Like
Yeah, I think we should have asked, like, as part of slightly altering the deal, and then you do the wish thing. But obviously, it's too late now because had no clue that you would do
Oh.
that.
Neither did I. I had completely different things
It's
planned
fine.
for
It's
Wish.
very much in Crumbar character, so like it's
Mm.
it.
I'm just
I
figuring
love
like.
it.
Oh, that was great,
I'll
yeah.
get him-
But
I'll
as
get
well, I
him.
just wanted to exploit it a little bit because obviously at that point we could have been like, okay, well, if you tell us this,
Mm.
then we'll also like we can do it now.
I
Like,
think
I
it.
would have freaking milked it.
Yeah, I think it would help to know why Bastille has a story point with the dragons or the 5
You
even.
don't know that.
What? Sorry.
You
I don't know
the
that.
Crumbar doesn't know that.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm saying I could like if Shan told us why he had a story point with the 5, I might be able to work out some way to get a question out of it.
It wouldn't. I mean, basically, it entirely
I think it's a
boils
chicken
down
egg thing.
to what?
I think it's like a chicken and egg thing.
No,
Like, you're
I think
asking
Arya,
about
Arya, you could just let him answer the question that only he can answer. It's cool.
It just boils down to in the space of time between when he was released from his constraint, and he was looking for you to find you and do what Celeste told him to. Being like a forge-centric, like fire and metal kind of entity who was researching what the hell was inside of him, he just took a shining to the red and this kind of font of raging flame, mystical kind of natural force. And that's really it. He didn't have any kind of
Right. Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
get you. Never tell Crumbar that.
Yeah. Well, tell us what, right? How about, right, because we're at a good point for a break. So, what if we took a break and then you can discuss any additional ideas before that scene fully concludes. I think that's maybe a good idea. Gives you guys a wee bit of time, at least, between those moments. So what we'll do is,
Totally not going for a snack.
we'll just say 9:05 for everybody to come back. And gives you guys a wee bit of time, so I'll just post that into the chat. So back in about 15 min. Right, I'll pop us on our mute just now. Okay, welcome back to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 60, part 2. And yeah, session 60 was a big one so far, given that we've seen a wish spell already. It is the 21st of August, 2020. I'm Ryan, the GM, and here are the players.
I'm Adrian. I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Sean, I play Bastiel, the Warforged cleric.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm playing Crumbar, who currently has the strength of a snail.
Hi, I'm Alex. I play Riz, the elven monk.
Excellent. And yeah, so I think the last scene we had was Bastiel going over to help Crumbar up, or at least carry essentially Crumbar and his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be fair to say that, you know, as Bastille comes over, he's kind of been like, right, better get armor off, right? Hint,
Whoa.
hint, RP that.
Okay. Being a kind of designed for combat.
Well, let's
medical emergency.
don't buy into Scott's bullshit, actually, right? Don't, like you said, you know, hint hint RP. Why doesn't Crumbar say it's too heavy for me to carry or something actually in
Because
character?
Crumbar would never admit this.
Okay, should we do it to an insight check?
Well, you know he can't walk in it, right? Like, you know that.
Yeah,
You've done your insight
that-
check on this, but what I mean is...
Overwrite his pride. Stripped him naked in front of this dragon.
I don't know. It's not like he's going to be able to put up much of a fight, right?
Right in
Yeah.
front of you.
Opposed checks
You
are
know
going to be good.
Yeah, we should just get rid of it, to be honest, because it could like exhaust him even more. And kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be logical. I'll just do that.
This is when you take the armor off and he's been like super skinny the entire time anyway.
Yeah, just padding.
Yeah.
Just padding and cloth. No, not this.
No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take off the armor and like 12 kobolds are just gonna jump out.
Scarper. Oh dear.
But
Imagine.
yes, and anyway, back to game. So you want to try singing or whatever?
Yeah, I'll attempt to carry you on one shoulder, and I'll realise you're actually not supporting yourself at all. Like, it takes two to tango, and I can't really just drag you along the floor. So then I'll lay you down, and I'll unclip the breastplate.
And
inches.
like as you do that, I'll just like, what are you doing? Like trying to like kind of like swat your hand away.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be shy. That's what starts playing,
I'll raise
obviously.
my hands. I'll raise my hands in the air, like, okay, you want to stand up yourself?
And I'll just be like, trying to put my weight on my feet, and I just can't. I'm like, everything heavy.
You've done a lot for us.
Yes.
We thank you.
And I'll be like, and I'll just like kind of like pass my sword to Bastille, like kind of like.
No, you don't. You can gesture to your sword, but you definitely can't pass it.
I thought I was using my sword to prop me up. No.
No,
Nope.
you're on the ground.
You're on the ground now.
All right. Yeah.
All your arm is open. And
Remember, like, if initially you were like collapsed onto your sword after you cast the spell.
Okay, cool. I remember. Yeah, so I'll just be like, reach up and like kind of unclip the plate mail, and it will just like clatter onto the ground. And I'll be like, take good care of that for me. And I would turn to Adri and be like, Adri, could you
Do you want to try that again, Scott?
What, sorry?
Scott turns to Adri and says,
Well, Crumbar turns to Adri and
"Nope,
says,
nope. Do you want to try it again?"
Who is this Andrew?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Just keeps turning around looking
Yeah.
at someone who's not there.
It's obviously the fatigue from the spell. He's just gone delirious.
Obviously, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
Crumbar
mentioned
will,
names for me.
Crumbar will turn over, like turn around to kind of face Arya and ask, Arya, could you please grab my sword?
Yes, I shall. I'll take good care of it.
I know
Don't
it's.
you worry.
And I'll just smile and go, I know it's in good hands.
As if I would do anything with it anyway.
Mm.
Mistress of the Flame 2.
There you go, it's your sword back. Oh, it's got a spirit in it. But just say Dracarys and it lights up. Yay! You would like
Oh
that,
my
actually.
god, that would be awesome.
See?
Try it.
It's not happening.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so
I take good care of it.
yeah, 2 seconds because I need to unequip things. Where is my plate mail? There it is.
That's about the most vulnerable Crumbar's ever been.
Yep, I am literally unarmed right now.
Mm.
Newborn.
How does it feel?
Mate,
Having
I've got an armor class
identity
of 11.
crisis.
I got an armor class of 11, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, but I think like if you're to look at me, like you just see like kind of almost like steam coming off me as if I'm like an overused engine that's just burnt out.
yeah.
Also, this is like our first meeting, so
Mhm.
do you know what I mean? Any sort of presence you want, this is how I'm seeing you for the first time. It's not good to judge, but
I mean, I don't know, I feel like the ability to
Feel free to judge.
the ability to watch somebody just walk up to the blue dragon and just say, okay, cool, I have just altered fate so that you're now the that's a pretty good first impression, to be fair, in his defense. You know? And seeing what it took out of him is probably, I'd imagine some people would see respect in that, given
I
what
was
it did to
gonna
him.
say, Ryan, do I need to add anything to my exhaustion levels or anything? No,
No,
because I didn't.
the
no,
spell,
because
the spell doesn't say it, so
Yeah.
it's just if the spell says it. That's it. It does not.
No, it doesn't kill.
Because it's
yeah.
bad enough, right? It
Oh
does.
my god, this is where Ryan summons in the gelatinous cube and it beats me.
Oh, that just eats your sword and your armor.
Please don't.
It doesn't eat metal and that. It just eats like organic
Crumbar.
material. Yeah,
So
just
Crumbar.
just eats Crumbar. Yep. To be fair though, at this point it'd be a noble ending,
Yeah.
But anyway,
But-
so as you like, Bastiel helps you back to the group. Arya goes over, picks up the sword as best she can, and takes it back to the group, I guess. What now?
Well, where are we? Are we still just in this forest, or is Elfie Queen returned?
No, these are still in your conversation with Cyril.
Oh, are we? I thought she'd left. Sorry.
No. She
Okay.
watched you be like laid down, stripped, and carried away.
I was just kind of like get my balance and stand back up on my feet and just be like deep breath in and be like, well, at least I'm in a nice forest.
So yeah, pretty much when you decide that you're done speaking to Cyril is when you'll go back to where you were, wherever that was.
Mm.
Onion
Well, I can't think of anything else that we
Frankly,
need.
I don't know if there's.
Alex,
They've
and you
kind
were
of shown a lot of cards.
no, I can't think of anything.
cool. Yeah.
one last
Mhm.
thing.
Eldritch
Just
Blast!
Yeah, Eldritch.
He made while you were busy undressing each other, I quickly made a pact with the demon to get Eldritch Blast. Haha!
I'll say to her, I hope you don't forget what you've seen here today. If anything happens to your brother, just know we try to help.
I think she just kind of stares at you for a bit. Maybe some gentle wind through the trees blows, And she says, "You offered help where none was required." Like very calmly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll nod like fair enough, respect.
I think she'll like if you kind of like if you're gonna be respectful, it depends. Are you gonna add suit yourself in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to her like she's got something over me.
I mean, she's technically a governor now, right? In a kingdom that you're part of, right? So, yeah.
Am I?
I mean,
Oh yes.
yeah.
High Rock, and it's like the world.
So,
Depends. Yeah.
so I mean, yeah. You've literally put her there.
How will we know if the petition, like for our passage, is fruitful? You know.
Like, well, in several days,
Our-
when in several days' time, you'll go to the harbour and you'll ask for your boat, and they'll
What
either
boat
say
should
yes
be
or no.
there? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What boat?
Damn it!
Damn it!
Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, she pretty much
Well-
just assumed all that'd be taken care of. So yeah.
Yeah, very confidently. Right.
Plus, you all know the governor personally, right? So you can be those customers. What do you mean? There's no tickets here for us at the kiosk. We are close friends to the governor. You can be those guys, or not, because everything went quiet.
Yes, thinking about it.
I'm
But,
just giggling while muted.
on it.
I think we should see where we end up though with that, because I don't want to put too much hope in it, but I really hope it works.
Okay, so he's all done mentally.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think as she's like turned to go as like a group, which have that shot of her like staring at the group, kind of narrowing her eyes as like the blue kind of shimmers over them, and then we cut back to you guys as you find yourselves walking up to the throne again, as if you were there the whole time.
Again.
We never left, right? We were
Yeah.
like in the area.
What throne?
The
We're
elf
in the
queen's
woods.
throne.
Thorn.
I thought the only one. I didn't know we'd seen that.
Yep.
I thought we were still out in that wee open field of the fallen people.
Nope. You haven't been there for quite a while.
They've been
Okay.
phasing in and out of a bunch of random rooms.
Okay, so we're in front of a chair. Got you.
You're in front of a bunch of twisted bramble branches that look like a chair that she sat on, and you've been in front of that for most of the conversation you've had with her.
Ouch.
Yep.
Am I still naked?
Yeah. Everything that happened, buddy. Obviously.
Is she impressed by the size of Crumbar's muscles?
What muscles?
Oh yeah, good point.
Oh wow.
Is she eyeing up Crumbar in any way? Because I still have my charisma.
Attractive, thinly man.
Hey, some people like the lank, right? Sometimes that's all people have. Anyway, so the elf queen, kind of standing at the foot of her throne, says, "Was your conversation fruitful?" She just kind of seems like looking over the group, clearly acknowledging Crumbar now seems to be fucked.
Yeah, I'll just say,
Now, she's mostly looking at Bastiel when she says this, because Bastiel that initially asked for the conversation.
all right, okay.
Yes, through great sacrifice and, of course, Our Lady's power, destiny has been changed in our favour.
I see. She just stares blankly.
Would you ask us of anything? Or ask anything of us?
She just smiles kind of pleasantly and she goes, "What do you think I lack?" I love the swerving of the car there.
Now I'm just kind of thinking, like, probably mundane things, right? We can't offer her more power. So, yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Could have made her governor of High Rock.
We could have made her the governor.
Just to fuck over Cyril.
I'll just kind of Crumbar just kind of lift up his head a wee bit and just be like, "Why would Cyril think you had anything to do with her brother?"
And she kind of looks at you like her kind of slightly amused face kind of drops back to her like almost porcelain, unmoving face, and she says, "I would not assume the mind of a dragon."
But yes, they're confusing bunches.
And she's kind of smiles and goes, "I see you have discarded yours, it seems."
I'll just kind of say, it's like, I feel like I've discarded a lot right now. But it is only temporary. My strength will return.
And she kind of smiles and goes, "Oh, that I am sure."
And I'll just kind of grin. And I'll be like, I intend to set off to Omen to free the Great Gold Worm. Is there any advice you can give me on what thing would be able to lock away a dragon?
Kind of smiles and goes, "Advice, I would advise you rest and regain your strength before attempting such a feat." She kind of like smiles playfully at that, looking at your kind of withered form.
And I'll just kind of say it.
Like, I've just went toe to toe with the blue dragon, and I've came back out looking like I've been drained of most of my life. Also,
Yeah,
I'm about to go say hi to the Wizard King. Any advice, by the way, while I go free my god? So she's like, maybe take a couple of days, is what she said.
I was hoping she'd say that, and I'll be like, would you have anywhere for us to rest in your kingdom?
You wish to remain in the Queenswood.
At least until I get my strength back, if that is acceptable.
And she kind of like smiles and she says, "Your presence does not offend me."
No, thank you, Your Highness.
And the others?
Aya's like half elf, right? And we got a full elf here. I kind of want to see what they have to say.
Oh yeah.
Two,
But basically, guys, I kind of want to spend the next 2 days,
two,
2 days here because
I
I don't want to go anywhere while
Okay,
I'm fucked.
yeah. Makes sense.
Sorry, Adri, what were you saying?
we've got 2 full elves here now.
Ooh.
Wait,
You
what?
got, you got insulted, right? You got someone called
Did
you a half
What?
elf.
Is Adri pregnant? I mean, oh, you're pregnant.
Oh, dude. We've got Kitty, who's a full elf.
Where?
Yeah, but I think he's saying
Where?
it narratively right now. We don't.
Well,
Finish your thoughts, Adri. Like, just ignore them and just finish what you were saying. So, yes, full elf in Kitlith, and
wasn't Risen an elf as well? I thought.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
don't forget about the new guy. So it's like 2.
No,
Okay, let's see what Kitty has to say about.
We had Kithless that got us here.
that's fine. And then
Well,
Alex
you.
can get us out.
who's this
Well-
Alex guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Riz.
Rizzle, jizzle, me mizzle.
No, don't make me ban
Certainly
you.
not.
Oh.
That's a premium service. I'll have you know.
Yeah, nah. Once getting banned was enough, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Let's not ban me now by things you say. Watch thy tongue. Bastille, you say?
I'll say to her, we could use a moment of sanctuary here to. Wait, I wouldn't know it was exactly 2 days.
No, but like time to recover, you can be vague about that, right?
Yeah, at least long enough for our friend here to recover in peace. Have some of that water for him.
She kind of smiles. Says, "You are all welcome to stay, but I would advise if your threat is as severe as you all seemed to impress upon me, I would not delay here for too long.
Of course.
You may find it difficult to depart the longer you stay."
I'll just kind of, just
Aw.
say it and I'll just be like, I just need time to recover, my lady. After then, we will be on our way. I will need to meet with the Wizard King.
And she kind of like, just with that, she kind of like walks up the step to her throne and kind of sits down on it regally, crosses her leg very deliberately, and then just looks and goes, in that case, you will be seen to some suitable accommodations. And she kind of motions, and obviously now you realise there's been other elves here the whole time, and they like walk up, all kind of delicately dressed, and they all like help you along and move you through the forest, and then these are all taken to pretty much fancy elven not quite tree houses, but like the equivalent on the ground that are all like exotically carved wood buildings.
Ooh. Crumbar calls top bunk.
But it's essentially like a massive like
Aaron rolls her eyes.
it's like a mini nature mansion, right? Essentially, when you go into it, you are led into it, and it's pretty much got like multiple types of rooms and bedding, and kind of social area and various other things. So yeah,
I think as we walk in, Crumbar just kind of walks over and just flumps on one of the beds and just be like, ah.
it probably smells of something floral, right? So
is like the area is it like quite alien looking plant life and
just kind of vibrant
Pretty-
colours, right? Like just vibrant colours and nice shards of light coming through, and yeah, it's very exotic is maybe the word I'd use. Maybe not alien, but exotic. Alien to maybe you from an underground point of view, but then various like fungal growths and stuff have nice colouring. So you definitely
yeah,
saw
so
a
it's
lot.
not overtly like fey.
I mean, the whole place is overtly fey, right? The entire Queenswood seems to have been very fey. So it's not like it's less of that. It just seems like this.
First fade that ever fade.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask her something then?
Ask who?
The Elf Queen.
You've already been escorted away.
Away.
I mean,
Well,
what would you have liked to have asked her before you were taken away, as I described the elves who were the whole time taking you away?
I wanted to basically take up the twig she gave me and ask if I can help myself to more.
Okay. And she says, if you can claim it from the forest, it is yours.
Thank you greatly.
But
What are you trying to claim?
wait, but if the forest claims something in return, that would be owed.
I understand.
She kind of nods.
Wait, what?
Right.
Sounds risky.
Mm. I mean, she's a weird woman, right? Like, this is her job.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
weird.
how it's called.
Yep.
No straight answers.
Yep. Not even answers, really, ever, is there?
Yeah, it's your question back at you in a different form. Fuck. Whatever.
Yeah. Right. So then, are there any like? There are rocks and stuff around scattered about, right? Like from that battle map, I remember.
Yeah, there's various stuff.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I want to cast level 4 fabricate and make a token from her
Okay.
using the resources from the land.
I see. I mean, I don't know if it would legally be qualified as a token from her, but it would be stuff you have made from the forest, right?
Yeah. That's what I was asking if it was kind of alien looking, because it would be kind of proof that we went there at the very least.
Yeah, but it
Part of-
wouldn't be by definition a token from her, though, right?
Yeah.
It would be a souvenir, I think, is what you're after.
Yeah, and then the token would be the fact that we made it out alive.
I mean,
Here, I have this.
the gift, our lives. Are you giving that to the white?
No. Just proof that
I
we
see.
were here.
Yeah, okay, right. So if you're looking for proof, yeah, you could probably find some weird enough looking stuff, right? Yeah.
I'll fabricate a sick great axe.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have like stone blade twisted, like strangely coloured wood handle
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Go for it. Cast Fabricate.
Okay.
You just everybody starts hearing like saws going off and grinder noises and various other things.
Monkeys howling.
Mm-hmm. Right, let's see. Let's see what you can do with this then, right? Let's have a read. So, you convert raw materials into products of the same material. For example, you can fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees, a rope from a patch of hemp, and clothes from flax or wool. Choose raw materials that you can see within range, and you can fabricate large or small objects contained within 10 or 5 foot cubes. Given a sufficient quantity of raw material, if you are working with metal, stone, or another mineral. However, the fabricated object can be no larger than medium. Quality of objects made by the spell is consummate with the quality of the raw materials. Creatures or magic items can't be created by transmuted by the spell. You also can't use it to create items that ordinarily require a higher degree of craftsmanship, such as jewellery, weapons, glass, or armour, unless you have proficiency with the type of artisan's tools used to craft it. And I think you qualify for all of that anyway.
Yeah, I have smith tools proficiency.
Yep. So, yeah.
Are there any crystals?
Probably.
I'd love to rope those in.
Probably, right? Like, it's a fey forest, right? So,
Give
yeah.
me all the things.
So, why don't you write a list of stuff? And I'll let you know what the approved list is.
Okay.
So, you put in your wish list, as it were, of stuff you'd like to throw into this thing.
Awesome.
While he's doing that, what's everybody else up to while Bastiel goes on, like, scavenger hunts?
I would love to collect
at the-
things
Like what? What would you like to collect?
for spells, but I have no nature skill. So it's going to be very hard in a really elusive forest. And I might not come back. Like, what was that new guy that we met for like 5 minutes? Yeah, I don't know where he went. He went in the forest somewhere.
I mean, yeah, like, how would you then seek out that information?
I need to find someone that did know where to find such resources.
Ask the party. See if anyone there would know.
I mean, it's not like they know the place,
I was
right?
thinking like, yeah, some sort of elf of this area.
Yeah, you could ask an elf if you wanted.
Yeah, so I'd like to go. Is there anyone in sight or anything?
There's probably always one at, like, the door of this place, right? Just in case you did anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's 2 of them for company, right? Maybe they keep themselves company.
Cool. Could I go over and have a chat?
And they seem to be playing some kind of weird game that involves branches on a table and one of them dancing over the branches and another one doing something to the branches on the table, as if like moving the positions of them constantly. And they seem to be having a great time.
I'll just go over and have a wee watch for a second, and then I'll sort of copy their facial expressions as I'm joining the the group and
Yeah.
say, "What are you playing? Like, what is this game?"
Yeah, and do you want to roll history for me?
Yes,
We'll see if we'll see if you know the game.
history. Here we go. Did it roll?
Give it time if you push the button. It might just take a second to get all the way to us, because you're very far away. Nope, nothing's come through to me yet. Do you have a result on your screen?
No.
Then push. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I think with that, I'll let you decide if you remember this game from your childhood or not.
No clue. No
Yeah.
clue what it is.
Yeah, so it's maybe something that you've just never come across then. Maybe it's a different type of elf game than you're used to. But yeah, they seem to be having a lot of fun. And what was it you said to them? Or did you say anything to them?
I apologize for interrupting. Sorry. fellow elves. Oh, cheeky.
And I think they both get a tiny bit startled, as if we didn't notice your approach type vibe, right? Like when they turn around and like they jump off the table, like nimbly, just hop down, and they both stand next to each other and look at you. And you say like fellow elf, and they both cock their head.
And then I'll say, is there anywhere I can get supplies, resources for spells that you would know of?
They kind of both look at each other and raise like the closest eyebrow to each other, and then turn back at you like creepy twins. And then they say, "What?" And this is probably initially in Elven. They'll start in Elven and say, "What supplies do you need?" And then they'll repeat it in Common.
Mm-hmm. But I understand both.
Yeah.
But
you can understand why they wouldn't assume that.
yeah, exactly. So for their comfort, I'll reply back in Elven. I'd say...
Roll insight for me as well, but continue what you were saying.
Insight.
Okay. Continue what you're saying.
I'll say I would like... Sorry about this, I'm using my touchpad. It's been a while. Anything from a bit of fleece to burnt mistletoe leaf. Bat fur, piece of coal. I just sort of like, I'll keep it quite vague to begin with. Like if they have any of that,
And they both kind of look at each other. And you pick up from your insight as well that the fact that you were applying in Elven's weird for them.
Okay.
So almost like you went to try and comfort them, but it's almost had like a slightly more startling effect on them. But they're doing well to like be polite about it though, because they've obviously been told to like look out for you guys. And they kind of go.
I'll switch to common if I see that. Right?
Yeah.
Like if I.
And you definitely notice that, and then they both kind of just say, "Those items can be gathered." And they can just look at you. Like, as if either waiting for more or trying to work you out.
I'd be like, can I expect them to be delivered here? Or do I need to go somewhere?
And they both kind of look at each other and laugh, and then look back and go, "Oh, they can be gathered." And then they both gesture to the forest around you.
I'll say, can you show me?
And then...
And a smile creases my lips. Friendly.
And they both look at each other, and then they both, essentially the equivalent is a thumb war, is what they play. There is a clear loser, and they go with you into the forest.
Fantastic.
Yep. So they both decided to play thumb wars to decide who had to take you. But yeah, so cool. You start walking off with this elf that has like very kind of like light blonde hair, very kind of like piercing green eyes, and fairly like loose but very like well tailored clothing, right? Like they're you could mistake them for somebody that's obviously got a lot of money, quite frankly. And like they're very clean and very soft looking, so it doesn't look like they've done any hard labour in their life. And they start like navigating through the forest, and then you find like random bits of what you look for, anything that you could imagine finding in a forest.
Okay.
You can kind of mark off. Just have a list of that.
I won't do like the wool. That'd be quite random, right?
No, you could find wool in a forest, right?
A bit of fleece.
Yeah, there's animals here. Yeah, keep in mind it's a fey forest, and it does seem to be weirdly mystical, right? So
cool. So can I just like a one or a couple of each of these basic items?
I mean, yeah, you tell me how long you start and pick fleece off something, right? Right, you're probably just gonna get like weird quizzical looks from this elf.
Yes, sorry about this. Just like a little pluck of. Okay, I'll do everything that is not seen as extreme here.
If, as well, see if your component, right, if your spell component does not say it's used up in the spell, or has a cost to it, you'll need one of the thing, and you can keep
cool.
using the same bit of the thing. So, if one of them was like a twig of mistletoe, and it doesn't say the spell consumes this, then you're golden, right?
Cool.
So just FYI for how components work, because components are a fucking nightmare to wrap your head around if you're new to it.
Gotta focus.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I'll just let the others continue as I gather things. With the assistance of this guide.
So let's have a look at Bastiel's wish list. Crystal, exotic stone. Wouldn't a crystal be exotic stone, buddy?
Yeah, probably. Is.
I'd call crystal an exotic stone.
Yeah.
More about like marble and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just had this image of you that fucking, like, your tank top off and you, over your shoulder, your hard hat on, your big pickaxe smashing the ground to break some goddamn marble.
Dig.
No, I think, like, you could find rocks and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if there'd be marble in the forest, though.
Okay.
Yeah, like, but yeah, I could definitely, like, in terms of exotic stone, maybe not marble, but something with crystal growing through it easily if you wanted to 2 and 2, right? If you wanted,
Granite.
or just like any kind of piece of rock that has crystal, like a crystal vein going through it, you know?
Yeah.
You can have something like that if you want those two just to be the one thing. I don't know what deviant moss is.
It's like like random purple moss or like glowing.
I mean,
luminescent.
okay, so
Moss that has an evil agenda.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah. I don't prescribe to the word deviant, but you can definitely find moss. Yeah.
Like unique, like strange.
Yeah, no, I got what you mean. I just enjoy the wordplay. Deviant moss, like not yeah. This moss followed the rules, but this moss is deviant moss.
It's just moss that has like shifty eyes on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go near that in D&D, to be honest. You'd stay the hell away from that in D&D. If moss had shifty eyes.
You
Yeah.
forget who you're playing with.
So
The moss.
yeah, so you can get like violet moss if you want.
Yes.
Freakish insect husks. I mean, you wouldn't find dead insects. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
Or colossal bones. Twinkling webs, yeah, you could probably find those. And uniquely coloured tree bark, yeah, probably. Various shades that go between like blues and purples all the way through green and brown.
So good.
So yeah, do you want to, from that list, tell me what you actually take and type it in, so that we know what your official list is.
Yeah.
And then, well, I mean, I suppose we don't need to type all that out. That just seems unnecessary. What, like, you're basically wanting an axe out of all this?
Yeah, really big grey axe.
I mean, I feel like you could just you can have one of those. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, it's just the stone bits make the blade, and then the rest is just.
Yeah, like the stone with all the crystal veins going through it's got the blade covered. Yeah, and then obviously the branch, I guess, the part of tree you take is formed to handle.
Mhm.
It's looking very much like the movie Stormbringer, right? You know, it's not a million miles away from that vibe, is it?
Stormbringer axe.
As in from Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because
pretty much
because
that.
in the comics and cartoons, Stormbringer looked nothing like that, quite frankly. But in the movies, they decided to make it out of a Groot. So
Yeah, see the vines and stuff. Pretty much that, yeah.
there you go. Yeah,
The
can have that.
big, chunky board.
Mm-hmm. And not from Ragnarok, sorry, Infinity War even. How was it? It was a movie too early. Silly me.
It's okay. We forgive you, Ryan.
I'm very pleased by this. I'd have been very upset if you hadn't. But yeah, so mild spoilers for Infinity War, by the way, folks, and also I guess by omission, spoilers for Ragnarok. So here we are. But yeah, so you get that, and obviously it probably takes you longer to gather the stuff than it would be to actually do this, since it only takes 10 minutes to do this madness. So how does this look? Like, what does this look like for those people that may witness it?
He's ripping out. He's like, kind of like a carpenter. He's not just smashing things off and dragging them around.
Mhm.
He's extracting prime samples of material for what he has in mind, assembling it neatly
Mhm.
in probably like a circle, and then when he actually casts a spell, it's kind of destructed into perfect geometric cubes and like slowly reconfigured and reshaped,
Mhm.
kind of blocked together.
I like it.
Ooh.
It is a good one.
Yeah, I don't want to just like wreak havoc on her forest, start smashing things. Nah.
I mean, you mean more so, right?
Yeah.
More so. Yeah, I think that's good. Is the stream frozen for everybody, or is it just my browser?
Still running for me.
Yeah, we're good.
Bizarre. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, you do all that. You get your bitch from Crystal Stone Great Axe. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah. Just walk back in from your day in the forest. You know, axe just over the shoulder.
Oh, so okay. If I can have a bit more screen time, then I do have something else I'd like to do.
I mean, nobody else is saying what they want to do, so I mean, you're on, right? Crumbar needs to do very little.
Yep, Crumbar is the epitome of the Crumbar spell where he's invisible.
What he means is he's gonna say, "Can you get me a drink of water?" And then, well, you're right, maybe some boar.
Yeah, so I don't have to sleep or eat or anything, so I'll spend the rest of as many hours as I can just kind of meditating with the axe on the floor in front of me.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of say to the forest, and just out into the forest, I'll say, if you care to sign here, you could use it. I'm basically asking the Elf Queen for an enchantment.
So you just sat out in the forest, cross-legged, axe over your knees, and just been like,
Yeah.
Cheeky.
"Can has, please?"
Yeah, sign here if you would.
Like,
That's it, really.
there's no response because just speaking to a forest doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have nothing else to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arya?
Well, Arya would initially, initially as we, drop him in the dwelling that they assigned to us, she would initially see if maybe healing Crumbar does anything, because obviously she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know the
Good
things
idea.
that we know as players. So I think what she would do is she would cast.
I mean, keep in mind, bro, as characters, you don't actually know why Crumbar walking forward and basically KOing himself had any effect on Cyril, quite frankly.
That's a good point, actually.
Crumbar just went forward,
I
loads of
said-
light happened, and then, yeah, why would you? You just don't know he has a wish.
Exactly. Like, I don't know exactly what he did there and what happened, but suddenly he's weak as a kitten, so
And Cyril is very happy with him, so, yeah.
yeah. So I'm just gonna be
Aw.
like, here, all better, right?
And yeah, I mean, I did have missing HP, so I would look
Yeah.
slightly better.
Yep.
So I would look slightly better, and I'm just like,
Also,
Thank
sorry, Alex, you're crinkling a lot on the mic.
Okay.
That's my what by that I mean is feel free to continue, but while muted. Perfect.
I'll just be like, thank you, Arya. I just feel though I need a good rest for a few days. I'll be back to normal in no time.
I'll like leave him be. And I think Arya would just like explore, but not too far. Like she's not gonna get herself like lost deep in the forest, but she will be like,
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Well, no, I'm saying she's not gonna venture. That's what I'm saying. She's not gonna venture into the actual forest. But if it's like, if this is like kind of like a camp thing, right, with like various dwellings and stuff.
No, it's one big kind of like ground floor treehouse type thing at the base of a big
Oh,
tree.
it's just fun.
Yeah, and it's like a
Okay,
big.
well,
It's like a.
just, like,
No, it's like a big mansion made out of exotic woods.
well, she'll go on a walk that will take her literally just around the big structure.
Mhm.
Hopefully, she can't get lost like that. But she'll be looking around and just noticing the various things around her and the various trees and the way the branches turn and all that sort of stuff.
Like maybe this will help a little bit, right? Imagine something akin to the one on the right.
What's this?
In general chat.
Oh, right, yeah.
You see, it's like clearly the tree is a house and the house is a tree, but it's not a tree house as such.
That's sick.
Aw.
So imagine it's kind of like you're in a part of the forest that just has this one thing that has like this big kind of mansion built into the tree. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so basically she's just going for a walk, not
Mhm.
too far, not really leaving the thing out of her sight, but still just looking around and just experiencing here and
Yeah,
basically mindfulness.
it's probably quite serene as well for you. Like it's
Yeah,
general nature
she's
for
been
me
in
though.
big cities and whatever for like forever, so being the middle pleasant to her. Second, I was on my spells page. Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, so there's something off about the place. Like, yeah, and probably the very fact that you're a druid, right, connected to things like the wildwoods down south. Like, you can kind of tell that you don't have a connection to nature here. Like, if you were in the wildwoods, you would like almost feel like part of the forest, right? Because of your druidic connections there. And like the spirit of the high druid is in that place. But yeah, it's like when you it's kind of like when you walk into a rich person's house and see a big fancy mural painted of a forest. You know there's no connection to it. And like if you like cast say plant growth here, it probably would do nothing.
It looks like a duck, but it's not a duck. Okay, gotcha.
Quack, quack!
Like it definitely quacks like a duck as well, but for some reason that quacks a wee bit too maybe, a bit too perfect.
It's fine. Arya is just learning that geese exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Occasionally there's a swan.
Shapeless.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like I'm that fussed about wild shape lists. Why other GMs are, I don't understand, but okay. So, yeah. What do you do anything else while you're out and about?
I don't really know, because I don't think she wants anything in particular from this place. I don't think that she needs anything just to soak in like
Yeah, the atmosphere, as it were.
nature and that
Mhm.
sort of thing. Yeah, because she realizes that people don't tend to go here. It's special.
Mhm.
It is having a massive benefit of being handpicked by Celeste because she gets to experience things that.
Yeah, you've got the VIP badge, don't you?
Yeah, granted, some of them not very pleasant, but it's still like she's recognizing her privilege, basically.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, though, right? Yeah. What about Riz? What's Riz up to after he's got his bag of stuff?
And I'm still with the elf.
You can be, or you can have came back by now. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll come back. Thank
Mhm.
them for the assistance.
I think that the one that went with you probably stared at you the whole time and like almost
Yeah.
looked like they were going to ask you a question the whole time, but like weren't, just out of some strange politeness. And then when you get back, like, you know, and you thank them for their time and that, they both kind of like walk off together, talking to each other, like you know, two high school girls or boys might.
Mm-hmm. Then I was looking into the herbalism thing. I didn't know if I was proficient in it, like with the backstory.
Does your background give you proficiency in it? And then there's your answer.
That's what I'm on right now. When the bit where it's described, you know, it doesn't actually tell you; it just tells you like this is what it's made up of. So I need to find the actual thing.
It's literally in your, see at the left hand side of your character sheet underneath your passive perception. It's listed as a proficiency.
It just says like pro and then
So
question
let's
mark.
have a look at your hermit, right? So
Yeah.
click on hermit, and then I scroll down, and it's literally the second thing listed. Tool proficiencies herbalism kit. There you go.
Cool. So nice.
So if you were clicking it, you would pick the attribute like when it comes up, and it's probably going to be something like wisdom or intelligence, depending on what it is. Then you would click submit, and then bam. But that is currently.
It says strength when I click on the thing.
That's
Is that
because
right?
you've not clicked the drop down.
So I click on the pro and go to probably be wisdom, right, or something like that.
Well, that's what I rolled with it there. So that's where the 2 comes from wisdom, and then the 3
Yeah.
from your proficiency, right?
Cool. But I haven't said what I want to do with it. I want to smash it on the ground and not do that anymore.
No, but it's like this. It's just us talking about how it mechanically works, right?
Yeah, cool. Nice.
And that's how it works. But yeah,
Bum.
your background gave you all that. So that's
Nice.
from being a
Yeah,
hermit.
cool.
Basically, just means you know what you're doing with the herbalism kit, which their uses are explained somewhere in the player handbook. Somewhere.
Yeah, I've got it up. It's
Good man.
like I can identify. Yeah, I can find out stuff like that. Medicine and like picking and finding poisons and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, extremely underrated, those background abilities. People rarely use them, but they're actually incredible.
Oh yeah, like I try and give you guys a bit of focus during character gen for that stuff because it is super good. Like especially like anytime I play the game, I always play a sage for the research remove because it's so good.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. But yeah, so what else you up to? Do you head back in with your bag of stuff?
Yeah.
And you probably see that,
Like
you know,
to-
like Arya's probably out in the forest at this point in time, so you probably don't see her, and then you probably see Bastiel having walked back in with like an axe made of like stone and crystal and wood.
As you do.
Crombar's in bed.
Can I go over to Crombar and like do some sort of medicine check?
Sure.
Get him while he's down.
Yeah, to find his weak spot. Straight to the neck.
No, it's
funny.
like Riz walks up to him and says, "Magna sends his regards." Stab.
Okay. So
Reigns of Castamere starts playing. Yep. Oh dear.
16.
Yeah. What are you trying to learn?
I'm trying to find out if I can deduce what is wrong.
I was gonna say he looks like his muscles have like atrophied. So like,
Okay.
but you definitely saw him bulky, buff Orcman 1 minute, and then now very atrophied, worn out Orcman the next.
Could I connect that to something that would improve quicker, like a plant or something that would speed up recovery or similar ailment?
I mean, I feel like you're saying, can I know what plant steroids is? Right?
Like, what would be the? It'd be like like
What plant is
magnesium
steroids?
for muscle recovery.
I don't think there's anything that would solve the artificially
Okay, it's just
quick.
beyond.
Well, I mean,
a
like,
little more.
I think the problem is though, it happened because white light came from this guy's sword, and you don't really know why, right?
Yeah.
And what plant fixes white light from a sword that makes you go from, whatever strength Crumble was 16 down to 3, right? So
Clearly,
A daisy. Just
Yep.
a daisy does that.
turns out the secret of the daisy the whole time to undo the effects of a wish spell.
It's really commonplace. Is he sleeping?
no,
Like,
no,
is that-
I'm
that was-
not.
I think he's doing that thing where he's lying in bed, and every time MD walks by the door, he's like, "Could you get me something?"
Yeah,
I think,
I'll,
I think the term is I'm just snoozing. Like that's kind of like.
I'm just gonna say, do you want any food or water? And offer like some rations and stuff like that.
And I just kind of like creak my neck over, and I'm just like, lots of meat.
So
Bring
the
me-
the place is full of like fruit and various vegetables. Like they're kind of like just in random bowls and
Yes, vegan
Trays and stuff.
Vegan kind.
like
Mm.
yeah, the entire place is just full of various types of plants and other such things you could eat, but nothing in the form of meat has been provided. But the house is full of
Kitty
random
would be so
bowls.
disappointed.
Mm.
But like,
That's why I ask for meat.
mhm. But yeah,
I'll
this
give him I'll see what I can do, and I'll like turn and walk off positively, but with an intention to lie and find some sort of fruit that smells like rotting meat. Maybe durian or jackfruit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just sort of chilling out. I'm pretty fresh. Like I don't need to meditate or anything like that. Like
I'd like to inspect Crumbar's sword after it just put on that display. Now that I've got weapon making on the mind.
Yeah.
Well, Adri's the one that's got it. So
where did Adri put it? Essentially, is the question, because I doubt she just cart it. Unless she did you just cart it around the forest with you, or did you leave it in the kind of dwelling?
When we put him in the room, I'm guessing that we put his armor, on the floor next to him, and
Bastiel's like, yeah, we sure did that. I didn't fabricate it into like these fine boots. No.
yeah, let's go with that. Let's just say that my armor and my sword are just beside my bed.
Yeah, they're probably at the foot of the bed, right?
No, I would want them at the foot. I'd want them like at the head of the rest.
And now you care where they are. Okay.
I'd want
Ready to
them in
rumble.
sight.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Right.
you just walk into the room with your axe, going, "Sorry, it's that time, Crumbar. You've had your run."
Stop trying to kill me.
I'm not. Just merely ad-libbing. So, Bastiel.
The less censor regards.
And then it's when Riz fights you and goes, "No, Magnus sends his regard."
yeah, everybody's pulling a weapon out of like the throat. No, wait.
It's like the Nashville scenes when they like piss on the
Yeah.
bed and the feathers go everywhere.
Arya's up through the floorboards, lowering like this thin spider wire and pouring poison out, going, "The High Druid sends his regards."
Oh.
Oh dear. But anyway, what actually happens? Yes, please.
So I pick up the sword and I say, "Finally, strange thing this. Where did you come from?" And I'm gonna look for, just like, I guess it would be runes, inscriptions, something that would contain power.
Okay. Yeah. Crumb.
I'm just gonna quickly like
Share the art again. Feel free to share the art again as well.
as you kind of reach for the sword, I'd kind of like be reaching out for your arm and just being like, "What are you doing?"
Well, can you blame me? And I'm just gonna force right through him and grab it. But not like
All you've just said is, "Can you blame me?" And I'm like, "Blame you for what?" Like, I've asked you what you're
Car-
doing.
Bead of sweat.
in I'm like what's the word? Obsessed. Because I've just crafted this weapon, and I've realized how much I love the forge thing, and it's like I'm just so curious about this other strange thing that someone's made, and I wanted to make it myself. Or whoa, what's going on here?
I mean, like literally, his knowledge of the sword is you didn't have it before when he met you, and now you had it. Like moments after, like a couple of days after meeting you, and your axe disappeared. Also, then it
Oh.
gave off loads of light, and he doesn't know why. And also,
In
like,
other words-
withered you.
In other words, you could just say to me that you just want to inspect my sword.
Oh,
Well,
my.
remember all the other? I think it's been about 3 or 5 times I've been like, "Hey, Crumber, where's your axe?" And you've just been like
Yeah.
real secretive. So now I'm just like, you know what, Crumber, I'm not gonna ask. Give me
Yeah.
that.
No, but
Noodle
like-
arms.
Like, general, ask, see what happens.
I mean,
Okay.
don't play other people's
And
characters
there's
for
a
them.
Yeah. No, fine. So yeah. Anyway, so I kind of spot that you've got a kind of like obsessed look in your eye. And it's like, what do you want with my sword?
Well, it's a bit strange, isn't it? I don't remember seeing you buy that. In fact, you weren't carrying it when we met.
I was a different person when we met.
Yes, I'm thankful that you
Hmm.
you put whatever was inside you aside. Wish I could do the same.
Anger is not my goal. No, sorry. Vengeance is not my goal anymore.
I respect this, and thank you for Bastille just like kind of scratches his head like whatever you did out there.
I just kind of look at the quill and just be like, "You wish to examine it, don't you?"
Can it? I wish I could kind of blush because it's kind of like
2 red LEDs pop out the side of each cheek.
And like proper like Baymax style.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of like pull my hand back and just be like nod my head towards it, like that kind of like, on you go then.
yeah. You might even just like fall to his knees and meet the sword face to face without disturbing it first, and then pick it up and hold it to his eye.
Okay.
Strange indeed. So what does he kind of understand from it? It's craftsmanship.
Well, Crombore's
Maybe
going to share that art at some point, isn't he?
Oh yeah, just let's find it just now. I need better folders for things.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Heavily,
Yeah.
yes.
Wait a minute. Got it. Nope, that is not where I want to share it. General chat. Why are you not going in? There we go. Do you like the sword, my diamond sword?
Fuck
Oh,
too.
that's old school.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So it's the one on the left more than the one on
it's
the right.
one on the left.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So there's a bit of writing.
No, not on the left.
Can I read the writing?
You're thinking of the one on the right.
On the left, you can see on the little gold bit.
Yeah, there's something in there.
It's like a word.
I mean, that's probably the artist's name, right?
Oh, okay. All right. No writing.
Nope.
So there's
No,
no maker's mark or.
nope, nothing like that. The only thing that seems to be there is obviously almost like wing motifs, if anything. So any of the detail that you look closely at will be like as if there's like feathers from wings.
Interesting. Wings. Come on, where'd you get this?
And I'll just be like, I'll just kind of like look at him and be like, "You've waited patiently. I will tell you, but wait till I've got my strength back."
I'll nod. Of course. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Wing.
Deviant moss. That's what it was.
Light it up.
And I'll just be like, "When you're done, can you pass me my bag?"
Ah, of course.
You stand there for 7 hours staring at the sword.
Yeah. Screw it on semantic. I rack my brain a little bit more for wing motifs because I've not run into anything like that unless anything I saw with Orodak reminds me of that.
Nah, I don't think anything you do right with that. You can give me a... don't know, let me think.
History?
I'll give you a choice, right? Religion, history, arcana. You can pick one. Yeah, your answer will, or my answer will vary depending on which one you pick.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll go religion.
Oofed. Look at that.
Oh, not 20!
Nice.
Big religion energy. So, there, like, almost no gods use religious iconography. Feather or wing iconography in the mythology you're most kind of aware of, being the dwarves, right? Their religions don't really cover that at all. Probably when studying with Orodak, there was probably a whole bunch of stuff referring to rebirth, and obviously phoenixes. And that was about it, really. So if you ever learn the name of this sword, maybe that'll put 2 and 2 together for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's most likely if it was anything to do with like a god of some kind or some kind of worshipped creature. Now, like the way in this world some people worship the Koru behemoths that like migrate around the outskirts of it. Like it would be like the equivalent of if there was like big Koru footprints all over the blade, right? The fact that there's like the feather motifs.
Yeah. Making careful note.
Yeah.
Right. Best to leave Crumbar alone to his rest. But I thank him for letting me get my hands on such a masterpiece.
I mean, it's not too meta to ask, does this something so fine have a name, right? Like that's not too meta. You're in the zone, right?
Oh, so you cannot also, when I did the wish, I said by the Phoenix power.
Yeah.
Blah de blah de blah.
Can you see now why you wrote it down? Can you now see why you wrote it down, Scott?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm also just getting a bit tired.
Oh, right. Actual
Scott's getting tired. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Life.
you can ask that.
Yeah. I'll go. I will say. What do you call it?
I'll just go. It's called the Quill of the Phoenix.
And I'll hold up my grey axe, and I'll say, "Get to name mine."
What? Sorry.
Get to name mine.
And I'll just look at it, noticing it's an axe, and I'll just be like.
So let's maybe let him describe the axe in a bit more detail for you, Scott. Do you want to describe the axe to Crumbar?
It's got like the wood of the handle is like it still has the bark on it, so it's almost as if it was grown into the handle shape, and it wraps around a large, like twinkling crystal threaded stone axe blade, and it's got like colorful mosses and threads of like freakish spider twinkling spider webs wrapped around it. It's clearly made of the forest, and it's quite raw. It's like very unrefined materials, almost like it was formed naturally.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to take all that information and I'm going to say what I'm going to say anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll just look up,
Well, I tried.
noticing this very, very ornate, beautiful axe that you have made. But most importantly, noticing it as an axe, and I just go, call it anything but blood debt.
It's a very long name, though. Anything but Blood Debt. A fine name.
Yeah. It's like those when people get tattoos and they say like wonton soup or something.
Mhm.
I'll just write it. I'll write that in primordial, and no one will know.
But yeah, and I'll just say, I think Arya would be best to name that one.
Not a bad idea, and I'll kind of juggle it in my hand, like feeling the weight of it.
Look at you,
Oh, is it-
flexing in front of him.
Yeah,
I know,
man, I
right?
love having strength. So powerful.
And on that, I'll just be like, could you pass me my bag now, please?
So I hand him his bag, alright, because I'm starting.
Yeah,
I
so
kind of leave him alone.
as you hand me my bag, you just see me kind of go in, and I just kind of pull out my pan flute and just kind of hold it in my hands, kind of like, I don't want to say caressing it, but you know that way, like kind of like, you know, just like rubbing it with my thumbs and just staring at it intensely, and just say, I wish to be alone right now.
Bastiel just obviously blanks you, apparently.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
Nope, lost Bastiel.
I mean, that's how alone I am now. He's just like, wow.
Goes into sentry mode.
Reboot.
I think we can safely assume he will leave you alone.
Okay.
But let's give him a second or two, right?
How about
Yeah, we go. Right, do you want to repeat what you said to him?
Yeah, so
Crumble?
I'll just say, you know, so staring down at this pamphlet, and I'll just be like, I wish to be alone just now, Bastille.
that? I'll gently place the sword exactly back where I found it. My way over to find Arya and Riz.
That's Scott's mum.
No, that was brother's girlfriend this
No.
time.
Close enough.
Well,
Yay.
So, yeah. You head off then, Bastiel. Go looking for
Axe over one shoulder.
Go looking for Arya and Riz. Well, I mean, I feel like as you're walking out, maybe Riz is walking in at that point, right? Arya, you can be here if you want, or if you want to be elsewhere at the moment, it's up to you. Present or not present, Arya?
be around, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe,
Just like come back.
yeah, so maybe they walk in together. Conveniently, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Fortuitously. Mm.
I'll say to them just generally, there's some real gems around here.
Holding a literal gem.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You guys find anything useful? More giant insects?
I can say giant if I still wish.
Extra
She
giant.
just shrugs her shoulders.
Oh yeah, not impressed.
And I have a plate of durian arranged to look like eggs. Smells like trying to trick Crumbar eating something.
Oh, genius. We Team Celeste has answered our prayers for a chef.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a chef and a carpenter of eggs. Made of chocolate.
This is what I do. I'm an
A
egg
chocolatier.
Oh God.
Cool. So,
Hmm.
is there anything to happen, or do we like time lapse?
I mean, I just wanted to know what Bastiel had wanted to say to both Riz and Arya, but it seemed that it devolved into confectionery in the end.
Yeah, it's basically just wanting to
The
know
truth.
what they were up to. I look forward to more of this, actually. But yeah, that's it. I just want to know what they were getting up to, letting them know there's some cool stuff around here if they want to take a real look. But it looks like they were doing that anyway, and they don't
Mhm.
particularly see value in the
Yeah.
same things.
Oh yeah, I would have said, yes, I'll just start ranting about like various, if I've seen like a bird or whatever, I'll just be telling you like, the sort of details the horticulturists start talking towards
Mhm.
people that don't really know plants at all, but
Yeah.
talk and talk. I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, and that one usually blooms in spring, but bloom right now, but it's very different to be in this forest and not in. Again, she'll just be ranting, and you won't
Oh.
really know what she's going on about, but she'll just plant.
Yeah, that's cool
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
Seeding
from her.
intrigue plots, you could say.
though.
Yes. I don't know, I mean, either Riz or Bastiel could ask her about the forest she's from, given that poignant piece of information, like why is it different, right? If you's cared, obviously, you don't need to. It's just definitely something to talk about.
We actually haven't been told this at all. Well, I haven't. Ever, right? Like, this has never come up where Aya's from.
I think so. Not for you, at least, no.
Right. Right.
Well, I'll start describing the story then in big detail, like basically. Forest reaching out to all the elements and all the plants and the entire forest and the entire goes through spirit, did you say?
Well, the spirit of the forest, or the High Druid,
Yes.
right?
Hydrid. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I combined them in my head because that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say how I often found myself in the actual forest itself, not just in the village at the edge where we lived. Even when I didn't really have a reason there to like collect wood for firewood or anything of the sort. It's just I just really like being and feeling myself in the presence of the spirit of the forest. Not really something I'm feeling here, but it's still very pretty, and I can really appreciate the beauty of what is here. Elf on the Elf Queen. Start telling countless stories about getting lost in the spirit of the forest, kind of like guiding me back, and I'll just be like,
Yeah.
so soon you will regret you've asked.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like pile on and with like stories of how I get obsessed with like a new weapon design or something, and like crafting things and the feeling of fabricating something new. It'll just probably just look like two lunatics. Yeah.
So here's a question I've got for Bastiel then. Seeing you create something, would that be like, somebody taking pride in their work, or is it a bit more personal? Is it like a deliberate and maybe literal extension of yourself?
Yeah, it would be like that. Yeah, it would be kind of a kindred spirit with this inanimate object, because
kind of like the jokes with the Dwarf King's hammer, right?
yes,
right, like
exactly.
But in like a more kind of but that would be a sibling to me because we were both made by the same master, so we are.
Yeah, like It's almost like things have a life of their own because
that means
they were created
technically
with
your
intent.
your axe would be offspring then,
Yeah.
Right.
Holy shit.
right?
Offspring. That's genius for a nature thing.
Just saying, right? Just saying. So
Yeah, let's call it that.
you're gonna call it Offspring? That's a good name.
Yeah.
Some good songs from the Offspring, actually.
Agreed.
Some damn good songs.
Hit him right between the eyes.
Oh,
Gonna go far, kid.
Because my ideas of like not blade, like hammer names were really. So it's a good thing you didn't actually get to ask me.
Oh yeah.
but like
Shit.
Offspring is quite clever from a like if a spring's a piece of like
Yeah.
mechanics as well.
Exactly.
It's Offspring because it's not
No, really
of
works.
spring.
Yeah.
You could call it of spring if you wanted as well, to be of spring, of creation, of
Yeah.
birth, etc. So yeah, you got a bunch. But yeah, you.
That's really cool.
I'm okay at naming stuff, right? I'm okay.
Really
you know?
good.
Hey, yeah, you're a bit more than just okay, shush.
Thank you. I'll take that, but you don't get a wish spell. Sorry. So what's Riz doing? Is those
Oh,
what's Riz up to when those two start nerding out about like the forests and nature and how to become a druid and also his child, the great axe that he made? Like, does Riz stick around with them or does he go off and do something else? Because if you go off and do something else, I want to know what it is. If you stick around with them, I want to know if you end up interacting with them. You know?
Yeah, I'll stick around and I'll just take note how there's a difference in the forest, and I don't feel attached to this elven community. Like
Mhm.
that's really obvious within myself. I don't feel one of them,
hmm
and I feel like.
But then, if you
Picking up from
don't remember things like childhood elven games, would you miss that? Would that be something you're obviously aware of, or would it just be like your time elsewhere, around people, and the lack of connection, right? Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
Because it's like you can decide that. Like that can be up to you. Like, do you have enough memories from being younger to remember that or not?
Well, tell us that you're missing memories.
Oh well.
Interesting.
Nope. It's just I want to know what he wants for his character to be true.
Yeah, I don't feel anything for this community really. Like they're just another people.
None of that answered my
Sorry, go
question, though. I'm just going to say this now that you sidestepped my question. So let's go back to it, shall we?
Yeah, can you explain it again? Like a bit
Yeah,
more
so-
simply?
We talked about elves having connections, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so if you're telling me it's weird that you don't have a connection to any of this, right? That's the feeling that Riz has. Is that actually weird? Because what I'm asking is, you didn't remember about elven games when you were younger, so would you remember the connection?
Mm.
No, but like I mean, like I know that I'm an elf, right?
Yeah.
I look. I'm
But
told
it
that.
doesn't mean to say that you can remember being connected to them.
No, that's what you know, that natural sort of. This is my people, then, or this should be my. But I
Yeah,
just don't
okay, yeah,
feel
so,
it.
like, I can
I'm
know-
almost like I'm almost like, yeah, I feel like it doesn't flag up. Like don't
Yeah.
feel connected.
You don't feel like you belong. This feels
Yeah,
as alien to you as other places you've been, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
not my. People might think this is my clan. You must feel like
Mhm.
this is your clan and your people, and it's like no, I don't feel that naturally.
Mm.
So.
That makes sense, yeah.
And I'm just curious about like this forest almost being like an illusion, like sort of a fakey, cheap forest where things are force grown or magically manipulated.
Mm.
Where Arya was saying like more, it feels like more natural, like
Mhm.
there's a season and all that sort of stuff.
Maybe it's worth bringing
So
up with
that's-
Arya.
Yeah, so that flags up for me. Yeah, we could talk about that. Like, I just nod and agree. Like, because she brought those points.
Yeah, but then this would be the point where you'd say that Riz would then speak to Arya, right? Because if it's something that's going on in his head, when do you plan on bringing that up? Like weeks from now, or you know?
I don't know. Like, it doesn't. Like, I don't think it will matter if I share it. It's just more of a confirmation. Like,
Okay, yeah.
like a self-realization from when she was talking.
Okay, so there's almost like kind of introspective looking elf sat on the couch with them then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, looking at
Because keep in mind, you saying that
it
you're.
looks like it.
Because keep in mind, if you actually sit on the couch and have that visual, it gives the other two like, oh, you're being quiet, like cues,
yes.
right?
Got to jump on that.
Good man.
Okay.
Right. Well, if he is kind of like introspection, I've kind of placed the axe so the blade's dug into the floor, and I'm like resting my arm on it, leaning on it, and with the other hand, I'll kind of trace the sky, and I'll say, "So, Riz, 8 marble archers. There's obviously something weird about you. There's something a bit wrong with all of us. Tell us your story."
Now, do you want to correct his number?
You mean 7 marble arches? Correct.
I'll kind of lose my balance. I'll let the axe fall to the ground.
It clatters, and then we hear like a very faint echo of offspring.
And then an Offspring song plays.
Yep, hell yeah! If we had the rights to that.
Bastos just says to him, "You're gonna go far, kid."
So bad. Oh dear. Why don't you get a job? You could hit that. Coming for you.
Yeah,
Anyway, we can't repeat.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
The future is now, come on.
Stop. Alright, so your question unnerves me. I think I show that. I can't really, as though I have that sort of monk composure. Like I'm awkward talking about it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll say my past is covered in shadow, and I owe a great debt to Celeste.
Blood debt.
Don't mention that way.
You hear Crombar just going,
No,
from the bed.
There's still many. The 8 arches.
What
Is that what
happened
you're going
to
to
you?
ask? The 8th arch is no more.
Destroyed? What? Speak. Riz.
I don't know how it was broken. All I know is that I was there when it happened.
Who did this?
I don't know these things. Maybe it's not the time to explore. I still need to think and to be patient.
Get your head around you, you could say.
Yeah.
These are more Offspring songs, I'm sorry.
Bastiel kind of looks like he looks like someone who's been brainwashed into kamikaze. Like he's looking like someone who can do something extremely drastic to get back to those gates.
Is this where you're going to try and kill yourself again?
Shit. Is it under siege?
No.
See.
No. It has happened and there's no more, and I know little about
A million miles away, you could say.
it. Alright. You just got a list up or something. What's going on?
I just really like the Offspring. What's wrong with that? What happened to
You're
you?
a big fan.
Can't repeat. Kirsty, are you doing okay?
I mean, I'm surprised that you've literally made this axe up and now you're just going to give it away.
My axe.
Yeah, you're not going to give that one away to what's her name, the Queen.
No, this is mine. Well, I could do if you.
Oh
want to do
right,
that.
no, I thought you were giving it away to the Queen for some reason.
No, I just wanted proof that we were standing here, so we can kind of, because we didn't get a token from her, but we.
Didn't
is kind of
you didn't ask her for
proof
one?
that we might be able to.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but we do have a token. We have the twig.
We have Riz.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That's right.
A gift! This new monk!
Okay.
Uh,
Interesting.
yeah.
You're giving me much to think about, Riz. So, why
Man.
do you adventure?
Why do we what? What? Say it again.
Why do you adventure? What do you seek? Why has Celeste chosen you?
Like I said, there's a debt to be paid. I do not know many things I wish to know. So I guess I adventure also to know myself and my past.
Yeah, it kind of strikes a chord. I'll pick my axe off the ground. I'll say, and this is something we would die for. To help you on your way.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
As noble a cause as any. And I'll just return to. I'll go find my quarters.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll meditate or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll find a mirror and I'll cast banishment on myself.
Weirdly, there's not a single mirror in this place. Weirdly.
Water.
Nope. No water either. Nope. No.
I was just about to ask, does the water not work as mirrors? But
Nope. Doesn't reflect. Weirdly. That's strange, isn't it? I mean, here's the thing, right? If Bastiel thinks that by casting banishment himself he'll meet Celeste, it's very interesting, but very different to, whether or not he'd just in
lesson.
fact die.
I really don't think it'll work again. Like,
Sean, the player, doesn't think it will work.
no. So please don't, because like I think you got to get out a jail free card, and I don't think she's gonna
Yes,
save
I
your
think
ass
so too.
again.
Agree.
I mean, she did say live, and if you chose to do that with your living, then I guess, yeah, she's maybe done.
See. We shall see.
So yeah, I guess everybody retires for the day. Arya, anything else you want to do? No, all good. Turning in, getting some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely would.
What's that,
Turn
Kitty?
in,
What's
yeah.
that, Kitty? You want rest as well? Oh, so good, good.
You get rest, and you get rest.
You all
Everyone
get rest.
gets rest.
And the good thing is, Scott, because you did nothing for a day of rest.
Oh.
Guess what, buddy? You get to write off
What?
2 days of resting.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's almost like
Well,
it's almost like you didn't read the rules of the resting.
Yeah.
Like if you literally spend a day doing nothing, it counts as 2 days towards it.
I didn't realize that would have counted as a day. I thought.
I mean,
it-
When
yeah,
you say
okay,
that, you have no idea how much time has passed.
yeah, that's true.
Like it could have been years outside the forest.
So can I take it that we've had a long rest then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
just gonna put all my stats back.
Yep,
The
yep.
way they should be, and I'm gonna put my strength back, and I am back to being 100% Crumbar. My strength was 20, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, it was 12 now
16.
because of that.
Don't
Yes.
do that, Ryan.
Oh, don't bullshit me. So, as you
I
all
didn't.
turn in for the night, the obviously camera fades to black, and then it seems to like brighten up elsewhere. And
Oh no.
yeah, right. We see a familiar figure walking, long black hair, slender of build, walking aside another figure we can't quite see. They seem to be just off camera, but the voice is very familiar. And you brought her here? And then the figure with the long black hair says, I thought you'd best see this yourself. And then we have them walking up to like a doorway that opens, and inside is the kind of demonic looking warped form of Justoria. And then
Oh
you,
no.
and then you just hear the voice say, "What have you done to yourself?" And then we end the session there. Whabam!
Sorry.
So, what would you like to call this session? Because I have a couple of suggestions, but
I'm gonna just straight away say that.
yeah, mine was also just going to be the wish, because yeah, like it felt approps.
Yeah.
Also, I
don't
also
like titles with it in it. Though.
I also put forward the entire Offspring collection.
discography, and it makes sense because the word's a disc.
Trying to make a pun with Riz.
Yeah.
Now be careful. What about yourself, Riz? Any ideas?
How about the small pigeon?
Okay, so we're never going to ask you about names for a.
Welcome
Why?
to Alex's
Why?
naming
I love
convention.
it.
You need like that. You need that unorthodox, man. That
Yeah.
left field.
Gotta give them what they didn't know they needed.
Ooh,
do we?
ooh, 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 ooh.
Are you gonna
I
say
couldn't
something?
help myself,
Oh.
okay? I couldn't help myself.
Okay.
What's that reference? Elf.
Yeah, it's almost like Black Holes and Revelations because Muse Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Muse are great. But anyway,
I couldn't help myself, okay? That was the first thing that came to mind.
Not bad at all.
yeah, like what else? Like generally, so Alex, the general rule is ideally something that if you were looking back through the list, you'd immediately remember what the episode was about, as it were. And
Yeah,
it's-
which sounds good. Yeah.
I wish I kind of want Crumbar to name it because he just sacrificed that.
well, he did put in "Wish Granted" as a suggestion. That is a suggestion which he voted for. So yeah, that is valuable. Yeah.
That'd be a
others?
good wish. I wish to name the session.
Imagine somebody spent
Small
that.
pigeon.
Grant a wish spell to somebody, but only if it's to name the session. Well, that's
The governess of High Rock or something like that.
yeah.
Same
Like
thing.
I feel like that's like the results of the wish, and I feel like the very fact that the wish was used is probably the bigger deal. But yeah, like it would almost be like introducing her, right? It would be like introducing the governor. Would be another suggestion, I
Yeah.
guess, right? But
Like a new title, right, for the character.
I think wish granted
Uh,
seems to be. Oh, somebody's
yeah,
typing.
I
What's
think,
that? What was that? You're typing?
Oh no, it was just me unmuting.
Oh my, how boring. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no,
I'll pop that in.
I think we're kind of settled.
Okay, so goals.
Yes, goals. Where are we?
Right, so goal 1. Nope. Right?
Did we?
No, because
No,
we-
all
we
that
never
was
did.
everything you got from her was part of the
Yeah.
original deal, so nothing new was gained.
Mhm. I think that goal's going to be redundant now.
It's up to you. But yep, so that one, nope. Crumbar's second goal, nope.
Not yet. I'm going to start that next session though.
Number
For sure, Z's.
goal 3, not yet, I guess.
Kind of pointless now.
It's up to you. I mean, it wasn't like gonna happen this week anyway, right? Unless you just decided to say, "Could you give us your brother's phone number?"
Probably shelf that until there's
Mhm.
one in the picture again.
Right, well,
It takes
shelf it
forever.
now. Nobody seems to be removing goal 1 either. It seems.
Oh, sorry. I'll do that.
Where do I put that?
In the goal ideas side at the left.
Just anywhere. Does it have to be under someone's name?
No, it doesn't need to be. Like, it's probably better if you put it under your name, but it doesn't need to be.
Okay.
Right, so because we're gonna have a bunch of blank goals here, which you'll need to
Yeah.
talk about.
I've got one for number 1.
Oh, talk us through it then.
I
a
was
bunch.
just going to say.
Do you mind?
Gain,
These are team goals, remember, buddy.
so I was going to say gain travel to Omen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well,
What
that's
we
it.
got
Well,
when-
I mean, I was going to say that's not going to work as a goal because it's either going to be a yes or a no because Cyril's gonna. That's Cyril's goal, right?
Sorry. Okay, can we just? What about travel to Omen?
Wait, why do we want to go there though?
Yeah, this is
Because
Crombar's quest
that's-
because he wants to go punch Magna.
I want to go punch Magna.
Oh, really? That's it.
Well, we need to go there for now 3 reasons. A,
So-
the story, right?
Unpacking this doesn't matter as much as clearing out the goal list and getting our new list prepped, right? Because this is the most important part of what happens for next week. This is how you get XP. So, goal 1, you want it to be about getting to Omen, right?
Mm.
So, get to Omen by any means necessary is probably the goal you want.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's Crombar's goal in terms of what he wants. Whether or not that's valid, we don't know. Is goal 2 going to happen, or are we abandoning goal 2?
I'm gonna do that, starting that next week.
Also, my god, please fix the formatting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Just,
I tried to help, okay, and it didn't work.
I'll leave the people that are making the goal up to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right, goal 2, is it still
I'll
valid? Are we
do
keeping
goal
goal 2, gang? What's
Yeah.
happening? Right, so you're all happy to keep Crombar learn Elvish from Kitty and Arya.
Mhm.
Goal 3, it's blank. What we chucking in? What's the thoughts?
Does Riz have any direction in the world he's supposed to travel in?
Don't really know. It's like a bit of a blank canvas.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, okay. Can't really help, actively help him with his thing. Well, carrying on with the UN program, we had Justoria next anyway, so probably make our way towards that.
You've already got a find just a goal.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You might-
we have a ship waiting for us. We can
We
set
don't know
sail.
that for sure.
Yeah, it was a
Let's use the ship for something. Just
what?
'cause it exists.
What ship?
Remember Crombo's ship, Path of the Wish.
Yeah, we don't have that for certain.
Yeah, there's no part of the wish. Like that was not part of the wish. The ask he asked for after she became governess was the help she promised as governess, and she said, "I will petition for permission to get to Omen, and you will inquire
No.
in 3 days at the harbour."
I thought Crombo said we'll see you again. In
Yeah,
Dalaran.
Yeah, and she said, "No, you won't. You will go to the harbour and ask if you have passage." Yep, all that's what happened. So there is no guarantee because she cannot, as a governor, guarantee you access to Omen. She can
But
ask,
you can petition it.
and obviously her being governor has weight. But it doesn't mean to say
I
that
don't
Mag-
understand.
Magna doesn't need to let you in,
Hmm.
right? So yeah, there's no guarantee.
Yeah. What about in the beginning you talked about like an artifact that needed to be made.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's miles away.
Is it?
The rod? Where's the rod? The guy with the red stuff.
The Red Robe Man, who we're from now on we're just going to refer as Red Guy. We do not
It's quite ominous though, the red robe man, right?
Yeah.
do not know. We do not actually know his location, but Crombar probably hates him more than he hates the Wizard King.
Valid.
So the only
We'll
one we
pop
can
at some
continue
point.
pursuing is the Astral Hammer with the white. So, what's our first move in the direction towards Justoria?
Get to Omen.
Omen first. So,
Yeah. So by going to Omen, we will be able to find Justoria. We will be able to get an Aya Janus off of the Wizard King's staff, and we'll be able to free the Great Gold Worm potentially on all 3 of them.
I feel like we should do stuff with the rest of our lives before we.
Yeah, this guy sounds very powerful.
You know?
He's got a realm that like the gods can't get through. I don't understand
Yeah.
if we.
I think you guys are forgetting the ability that the Elf Queen has given me.
I think you
We
just
don't
really.
know about this ability.
Yeah, also, I mean, I love, right, so if I was a player in the group, not speaking as GM, but just speaking as another player, you have such faith in the Elf Queen, who seems to be built on lies.
You have faith in the orcs. Like, what? We're gonna go Horizon. There's no orcs there. Just like, oh, I can control a bunch of people on the other side of the planet. Nice.
No, I think
Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe one of your goals should be try to understand the gift from the Elf Queen. Maybe that should be a
Yeah.
goal.
Ooh.
could that be
Yeah.
a goal?
I don't know. Are you ever going to pursue it?
We go find the orcs,
Yeah, I'll
right?
pursue it next.
Or
Master the gift.
or you could try and seek out, some orcs, like Riz said.
I mean, we're close to the thingy. We are close to the fiery mountain.
I mean,
bit.
by close, you mean you're in like an endless woods of the mind. So I mean, yeah, like you're closer than you would have been if you were in Horizon. Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But there's an
Well-
ocean called the Iron Sea of Monsters between you and it.
mhm.
What did you say?
I
Right?
just thought of something.
Mhm.
She's Fae, right? So her words might not mean exactly what she means, right? 'Cause
Most definitely.
But what if she actually meant that you get like the power of like all the orcs? And not
Yeah,
actually
that's
go
what I thought. That's
Your
what I thought
spirit
was
bomb.
going to happen.
I'm not sure exactly what of those two meant.
I thought
Okay.
it was
Be more
White
attentive to
Walker's
the
situation.
wording.
She also strongly suggested there is a massive cost to this, and that you would be given
yeah.
back to the orcs what you take from them.
It's like one last suicide move of ultimate power.
I mean, you can read into it if you want.
Assume,
Yeah, yeah. But she definitely gave it over with weight and gravity, even if Crumbar said yes before she could finish the description.
Okay, there. Goal number 1, learn more about the Elf Queen's blessing.
Mm.
I don't know if I would say gift. It's
Gift.
definitely not a blessing.
And there's not to this.
I mean, according to the character sheet I wrote earlier, there was definitely two this, because it called her the Elf Queen. And I went, fair enough, that feels right.
Yeah.
Right, we need a goal 3.
Going to Omen, right? Isn't it like you can get irreparably twisted by
Well,
magic
so-
and-
So Bastel, just for your review upon this, Eric, with the hammer of the god of travel, he used the hammer from the god of travel and died getting to Omen, or trying to. So,
yeah.
Well,
I want to just highlight this. So a hammer from the god of travel and died trying to get to Omen without permission. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not go to Omen. Let's
Well,
how about
boats though.
that's fine. I can wait.
A boaty boy.
You want to pursue the red guy? To get
Yeah,
the rod.
Don't even stop. We don't know even his name. We
Yeah.
don't know who he's
Mm.
associated with. We don't
Yeah, but he's quite visual, right? You could ask around, right? Have you seen a
Well,
you seen
if we go-
a shady red guy?
Let's go Horizon through the Citadel teleporters and start hunting this mage.
Where did you see him last? What was the
Up
encounter?
not, so if you're looking at row 20, like up about there, wasn't it?
Yeah, like so in just like north of those woods, yeah. Like so basically like
Yeah.
not like that. The other way. Let me just go back and point at it. So no, too far. There. So like basically like about there, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um
We're in those woods, or are we on the woods
no,
side?
you're
We're
over
over here, right?
You're over here somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
We
Crum-
could go back to the old camp. But also, if it's orcs he's wanting, we could go there and see if he's been there.
I mean
that's
that
where orcs are.
but that's where your tribe like should have
Yeah.
been, right? As
Yeah.
opposed to where you killed them all.
Hmm.
But yeah, like there might be something left on Fire Island or the Isle of Fire or whatever it's actually called. It's one of those two. It's so aptly named because it's just a big volcano. So there's that. Omen's this place in the middle. User here. High Rock's there. Horizon's down there. Citadel's there. The good thing is, you know that at least Cerule is like, a woman of her word, because she definitely took
That
offence
won't be there.
at Arya saying that she'd lied, because she's like, I didn't lie once. How dare you?
Well, we still felt a bit deceived because we thought she was just, random
Normie.
person.
Mm.
Yeah. And turns out she's this, like,
Not once did you say, "Are you what you seem?" Right? And she definitely would never have answered that anyway. Let's face it.
well,
But anyway, so to like summarize this, right? So, what like you could start trying to like trace the red robe man, right? You would definitely need to be kind of detective about it though to get a good start on that. But yeah, that could be
Wait.
another quest.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Isn't Horizon like Diagon Alley? Like you.
It's the magic place, yeah. That's like the Magic City Horizon, yeah.
So Horizon. Yeah. Start hunting down.
It's also where the Prismatic Order are based, which are the magic police.
Boom,
That's
let's
true.
get
They
another.
can. They might be able to help us with it.
So
or the opposite.
Isn't it just? Is it just Thora is the maker of that order? So you might have faith
Yeah.
that.
yeah, it's her city as well, right? So yeah,
Mm.
just don't go impersonating any officials.
Yeah.
Do
So
you have any
let,
tokens of her or something? I don't know.
Nah. I'd say yeah. Let's go to Horizon and inquire with the Prismatic Order about.
Now, to talk about what Bastiel said about it, you can't get back in the Order Hall in Horizon. Remember, the doors are sealed because you just walked out of the weird like ghost doors, and then when you turned around, they were solid.
We just go and knock.
But nobody's in.
Yeah.
They're sealed up, buddy. So
I
that'd
don't know, guys.
be the long route you would need to take. But you could go to High Rock and get a boat. It just cost you monies.
Jeez.
Nah, well, we're
Okay.
fine. We're fine for monies. So yeah, I'd say do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that-
Do we want to specifically tie it to the Prismatic Order, or just around Horizon?
I think
Cool.
Prismatic Order will be the best bet because they are, magic police.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Ask. How do I word this? How do I brain? Ask. Investigate Red Robe Man. Brackets Prismatic Order.
Yeah, I think that's fine, right? Like, basically you're saying, instead of bracket, you just say with the Prismatic Order, right?
Yeah.
Or via the Prismatic Order. One of those.
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, works for me.
Goal 5 is not a thing, obviously, unless you're going to hang around and ask.
Yes.
So
one
yeah,
last
we're
try.
still good. Yeah, one last try.
Right, okay, so we've got goals then. Right, assuming goal 4 is staying.
Yeah, go full can just stay just now.
Okay, so there we go. Wrap up chat time. Scott, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I done a wish, yo.
Yeah, you did, buddy. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, wee bit sad of how it had to get used. I was planning on some other things, but I got a wish once before. Never know what will happen in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I believe in me. I believe in the Triumph system. I believe in. I believe in Celeste. A lot happened, so I feel like we've had like a battle in this one, but we're rolling.
Well,
that
Crombar
makes sense.
definitely feels that way, right? You had the shit kicked
Yeah.
out of him.
I think that's why it's like my guy is utterly shattered. So yeah. All in all, good game, guys.
Glad you
game.
enjoyed it.
Good
Glad you
game.
enjoyed it. Right. Arya, do you want to go next?
A very interesting one because obviously, surprise wish,
Mm-hmm.
and also like Forest not being as Forest should be. This is weird.
Mhm.
And yeah, I really like wasn't really sure what to do or say at some point, so I kind of like
Mm-hmm.
either kept quiet or stuck my foot in it. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the session, and I'm for the next one already, as I usually
Yeah,
usually
I've enjoyed the Elf Queen arc myself. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot of fun. Nice to hear it might continue a wee bit longer as well into next session, so I'm happy for that too. Anything else you wish to add, my dear?
And yay, we got the new guy.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we did.
That's why it's called the new guy.
Yeah. Alex, who
Yeah.
plays
New
Riz?
guy.
Yeah. New guy Alex. Yep, that's it.
The Badger Cat himself.
Well, speaking of new guy Alex, do you want to go next?
Yeah, it was a fun session. Like, just still obviously very early days.
There's a deep end to this game, and this is it. So, welcome.
Yeah, I was like, cool. So
Yeah.
is there gonna be a surprise attack coming up? But it was just like getting to know the party sort of thing. It was nice, like
Mhm.
just sort of trying to sneak in. Not too many questions being asked, but like we're all good. Like
Mhm.
chill.
It's quite a good one for like your origin stuff as well, right? Like, there's loads about like. It was nice you managed to step in at the Elven Arc, which was quite good because you get to ask yourself a bunch of questions like, why do I feel like nothing for these people? It's good.
Yeah, exactly.
You should ask the
That's
elf,
cool.
elf queen about yourself.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
That's you assuming they've not already had a conversation.
Well, I've asked him and he doesn't know shit.
I mean, I think he told you shit all. Yeah. So yeah.
I think he's might just doing like a
Oh dear. Oh dear.
bar
Yeah, there's a lot of
situation that
history
he just
there.
doesn't want to tell you.
Yep,
I
sure.
wouldn't be able to tell. I got a -2 charisma.
Yeah, he's a Warforged. You know, he's Data from Next Generation. I have accepted this as fact. Anything else you want to add, Riz?
Alright, so I'm just looking forward to the next one. I want to learn more about the land. Like I want to get personally caught up in the tales.
And there's honestly, there is not too late to bail out now. By the way, I know it might like you're not overcommitted yet. Don't worry, but yeah, that was good.
Really good.
I'm glad you had fun for your first time in. It was definitely a lot to take in. So yeah, you did well getting through that.
I mean, not everyone experiences a wish spell getting used on their first playthrough.
Mhm. Very true.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's like one, if not the best spell in the entire game, probably. Besides Healing Word and Goodberry, because broken.
Don't
But
forget Summon Benjamin.
And Summon Benjamin, obviously, yeah. Which also Wish can achieve. Right, Bastiel, last but not least.
Big thank you to Scott for actually just jumping on that wish. Like, that was absolutely insane. Like, after all that waiting, you you lose a lot of potential when you give up a wish. It's like,
Yeah,
right?
but-
Like, what
but
could I have done?
Yeah, but at the
But-
same time, I think we got a good use out of it.
100%. That was really that was awesome.
Like,
You just did it.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that see at the end where Ryan was saying it's like you brought her to me. I honestly thought it was like you brought over Cyril because he's like, how are you all of a sudden governor?
Yeah.
You know, I honestly thought that's what it was. So it was even more of a twist when it was like, oh look, it's just Justoria as just started.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a good title. Just started. Damn it.
Yeah.
So you've had a wish for 13 sessions, buddy, by the way, just so you know that.
Yeah, about time it got used.
Yeah, buddy.
Crazy.
Yep. Session 47, they got it in.
Letting go of that for
Not
us.
feel that long.
Yeah,
It
right.
really doesn't.
Yep. 13 sessions. Just want to know, the 8th of May this year. Yep, when I got it. That doesn't even seem that long ago, does it? But here we are.
Pretty sure that was pre-lockdown.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a different world.
I mean, that was definitely during lockdown, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it?
Yeah,
lockdown's a
Just
Like-
one month ago.
yeah, it's like end of March, start of April, quite frankly,
I
for
don't
lockdown.
know. I don't know what time is anymore.
But yeah, sorry. Best tale. Anything else you want to add?
Do I? But I know math.
And then, secondly,
Mhm.
really happy about new guy Riz.
Mm.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Levity. I love that. He's fucking hilarious. And the wisdom, like he didn't say much, but what he did say was like actually a unique perspective, which was sick.
Mhm.
You know, when I consulted him before I spoke to the Blue today, that was dope. Looking forward to more.
Nice.
Yeah, good. Oh yeah, happy to. I'm happy that the fabricator went off without a hitch. I kind of thought like, oh, I'm saying I want twiggly webs. He's gonna make me fight a spider.
It's like you don't even know me.
Oh yeah, combat. What?
If anything, it would have been a gelatinous cube.
Yeah. Hi. He doesn't know the offspring's a mimic, right? He doesn't know that yet. Give it time.
Shit.
It's when you realise that Bastiel was a mimic the whole time.
Oh, I wish.
Everything was a mimic.
Yeah, good time.
Plus, you got an axe. That was cool.
Yes, I was going to go about that a entirely different way, but glad it was like a memento of this place.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool that you crafted it as well, right? Like, it was like, not only you, but obviously you and the powers given to you to help make that happen, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing the attributes of it and stuff.
Which is just an act,
It's a great axe.
unfortunately.
Like, yeah, it makes a great axe, yeah.
Well, I can thoroughly say that great axes are amazing. So yeah,
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 yours served you well, buddy.
I'm just asking for a bit of meta knowledge as well because I basically what you're telling me is it is a non-magical item.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
is
this,
good information to know.
I mean, the spell description said that, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could take on like properties of like depending on the kind of rock and stuff, but there's not really.
I know, right? See if there was a bit more to it. Like, if you could, like, either roll on tables of other things, like if it's made of this, you can maybe get this. But it's such a see the ability to just go gather random shit and build something out of nothing. That is quite powerful in this game.
Yes.
Literally, oh, this guy needs a great axe, otherwise we can't pass the toll bridge. I'll just go make one with a spell. Bam. Right?
I
like,
definitely use it for like a drop in the ocean. I could have built like a structure,
mhm.
full structure.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, but
Which is awesome. But like, no, I think you did a good one. Like, I like the fact that you've got like a weapon of your time, right? It's like, you know, souvenir essentially.
yeah.
And I like the conversation we got to have about what you as Bastiel would consider your craft, like the literal offspring of your craft being like this is what you've given back to the world, even if you're
Yeah.
going to carry it for a bit. Like, that's quite a cool concept to get into the mindset of Bastiel. So I quite liked that. That was cool, especially when we tie it back to like the conversation where it was, oh look, it's your brother, and you're like, yes, and then Crumble like, oh okay, I guess you took that seriously then. Like, but it was made by my creator also, so it's good. It's good for the character.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. I really actually got a lot out of development today,
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
as you would know.
pretty front and foremost until Crumber decided to wish himself as the main character this session. So it was good.
Awesome. Yeah.
Plus, he's
I
had
felt
some.
I was getting overthrown.
Yeah,
But,
Overthrown, yes. That's quite a good title for the Elf Queen's throne, Overthrown. But yeah, it was quite good because you've got to speak to both the Elf Queen for a bit and Cyril, like two crazy powerful women in this world, right? And that was quite funky. Hopefully, they felt different as people because, yeah, Ryan with his many one voice that he can do for characters. So, yeah, this is what I was explaining to you, Alex, the inability that I have for doing voices. I'm not good at voices, right? I've only got
Good, I was feeling it, yeah.
I've only got descriptions for how people act, so yeah, hopefully they felt like very different people, because they are.
everyone is Tilda Swinton.
Yep, that's it. But that's just a true fact for the world, though, as we know that. Anyway, guys, thank you all for playing. I can't wait for next week. And yeah, like, goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.